Hello, I'm Daniel Bloodworth. We are Easy Allies, and this is the Easy Allies podcast. Summer Game Fest Hangover edition, I guess. This week, I'm joined by Michael Huber.
Hello.
We got Gabby up here on the desk because she watched a lot of this with us.
I'm up here on the desk.
Let's go.
Damiani may appear at any time. We may just finish talking about a game and then have Damiani suddenly show up. So we'll find out.
He's going to jump scare us.
Yeah. Or he might not be here. So, it's a fun surprise.
Yeah.
Dawn is out, but making it all happen in the control room, we've got Isla Hing.
All by myself.
I took your partner.
Yeah, Gabby's not here, dude.
Sorry.
Friends, we're here to talk about what's new, what's news, and what we've been playing.
Shit, I didn't ask Kyle about that when he was here.
What's that?
If he likes
If
what's
you like
new,
that.
what's news.
Well, that's the thing.
I want that
Anything
Kyle
that,
could
Kyle was
critique.
just sitting over there smirking. And I could almost not get through with a straight face. But yeah, this week we are mostly talking about the back half of Summer Game Fest showcases. So we're going to be talking about stuff from Microsoft. We're going to be talking about stuff from Ubisoft. We got stuff from the PC game show. I watched through that Wholesome Direct last night. And also, Huber played that Alan Wake 2 Night Springs.
All of it.
Heck yeah. Also, if you missed it, we've got 4 days of impressions from Summer Game Fest on youtube.com/EasyAllies, as well as several other standalone previews. So that's over 7 hours of us talking about games
Crazy.
that we saw or played at the show. So be sure to pop over and catch up on that after this is done. Before we get started with that Summer Game Fest talk, though, we just finished watching this Life is Strange double exposure
Yes.
deep dive.
Oh my
Deep
goodness.
dive.
Yes.
48
Featuring Elise
minutes.
Willem.
Featuring
Elise
Elise.
Willem.
So sick.
In the deep dive, not in the game.
Yeah.
She was
Great for
doing
now.
Next step
For
for now.
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 Yeah. You're so, oh my goodness.
Get me in the fucking game, Elise.
You haven't
Huber.
even finished the first game.
I'm a huge fan. Listen, I had personal reasons for not playing that first one at the time.
The best reasons
It's
of
fine.
all time.
It's fine. Yeah, Huber.
But I should play it now because I'm over it.
What do we think? This is phenomenal.
Incredible.
Yeah. Max is back.
Max is back. The presentation and just the confidence of everything that I saw is above and beyond. It just felt so refined. I mean, this is Deck Nine's third Life is Strange game now.
Yeah.
And they're just coming off of The Expanse as well, which is a similar genre.
Right.
So they're old
Probably
hat.
a separate team for that, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're veterans at this point, and I really like how they did this. It was it was such a great presentation because it had Elise, who we all know is a Life is Strange veteran.
She was digging in.
Yeah.
She was like getting those questions.
Totally.
Yeah.
So we got to talk to the devs in the presentation, getting all these like really cool details about, the challenges of writing the story and what it's like to have Max back.
We got to find out what they wouldn't let her ask.
Yeah. Seriously.
What did they
Yeah.
not let you ask?
Yeah. And then they had, what everybody wants from a big preview is like, here's the game uninterrupted. Here's just like a 10, 15 minute chunk of the game.
Yeah.
And that chunk was so Life is Strange. I mean,
Yeah.
people sitting around a campfire, like
Chatting
about life. That is
how strange it is.
exactly
Being super awkward.
The strangeness there is.
Dumb jokes.
the absolute like peak of Life is Strange is just talking about life,
And exploring relationships.
and
between
exploring
characters, yeah.
relationships. And it was just so nice to have Max back. It just felt so familiar, but it's so nice to check in with her. They gave away a lot of cool story details, but also didn't really give away anything.
Yeah.
Like super spoiler free. Just about Max's powers. She can't rewind anymore because she has some trauma, so she hasn't really been doing
she's
that.
out of practice. It's like a muscle.
Yeah.
It's like trying to run a marathon. You haven't stretched.
Exactly.
You know, and you haven't been even like running at all.
Yeah.
For months and like, oh, this is a bad idea.
Well, it reminds me of Feet of Clay Part 2 featuring Clayface, Batman animated series, when he tries to morph into a person and then he goes back into his Clayface form and he's like, oh, it's like trying to flex a muscle. It starts to hurt, you know?
Starts to atrophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the producers said it was like not speaking a language that you used to speak. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was already so hyped Bloodworth, and somehow, some way, I'm even more hyped after seeing this. Just because it was uninterrupted. So it's like, wow, there's the game. Just let me play it. I'm ready. I'm ready, dude.
Yeah. Well, and plus, like they start to pull on these threads of like making you ask the questions that you haven't asked yet. It's like, how is this even possible, and all of that stuff, you know? And like I'm still questioning, like, okay, well, if she's going back between two different timelines, where is the other?
Yeah.
Max?
Will
is there
they
like
address
is there
that?
like a parallel version of her walking around at the same time?
Right. Does she just evaporate
doing
from
other
her current
things?
Yeah.
reality?
Like, I don't.
Will there be a time
Everyone
cop?
knows her, so she's not like a
Will she
stranger.
bump into herself?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Will there be a time cop scene where if like you touch each other, you destroy reality?
Yeah. Yeah.
Camera's back.
Camera's back and enhanced. That's what I wanted because
But
that's
also-
Because it's not a Polaroid anymore. It's like a
you gotta
fancy camera. You gotta do things. You gotta adjust the f-stop or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and that's what she's been a freelance photographer for who knows how many years.
Yeah.
And then she gets this residency at this university, and so yeah, that leaves a real big gap to question, like, okay, how much time has passed, and what's been going on.
Yeah.
And also, they addressed potentially where's Chloe?
Where's Chloe?
Because
Let's thrash,
without
Shaka
going too deep anything, the endings of the first game are both accounted for.
Yeah, they
You
said
can make that choice.
Yeah,
Again,
totally.
Say, what did you do
Yeah.
at the end of the first game?
And even when you booted up Life is Strange 2, it's like it basically is like, what did you do in Life is Strange 1? So I mean, they're very
It sounds like they put that into a conversation this time, though, which is cool.
which I think is so much better. Yeah, because remember when that happened in 2, we were like, whoa, what happens if you don't?
Yeah.
Or was it True Colors even? Yeah,
No, it was definitely 2.
It was 2,
Yeah.
yeah. Where it's like, whoa, what if you just are jumping in? Like, that's crazy to just ask that at the jump. Yeah. And I think it's such a big thing how invested we were immediately in the new characters, Moses and Safi.
Moses and Safi.
Because this is a franchise where people are obsessed with our main characters. So to introduce like new characters is always such a big deal, and just immediately all of us were so attached to them.
Yeah.
So I think that's great, and is just a testament to how good the writing and the visuals and the acting and the performances are.
Yeah, the facial animation was definitely, like, I was watching, and like, this is some like top tier stuff. They
I thought
really
it
went
was
to town
great.
on this.
Yeah.
Like even like like there, she just like pulled her bottom lip in a little
Yeah.
bit, like, yo.
Just like naturalistic micro expressions and
Yeah. And the vibes are just on point, dude. There's no reason to like be concerned at all. Just the mood of, hanging out, vibing out. That's so Life is Strange. And just like investigating little areas and just all those conversations and the choices that you can make. Like even when we were watching, we were like, oh, pick that one. It's so fun.
And even now we're watching it again for listeners, and I just like, I keep seeing more things that I didn't notice, more like dots you could have gone to click on.
Yeah, they did this demo in like 20, 30 minutes, and like you could see like there's a lot of different points of interest. Like this is gonna be an hour and a half
Yeah,
for me and
totally.
you
Absolutely.
before we get through this scene.
And look
I
at
want to
everything.
look at every single thing, get every piece of dialogue, exhaust the dialogue.
Yeah. Yeah. So excited.
Before they get to this part where they just completely shut up, they did talk a little bit about like the parallel worlds gameplay and how like you can kind of eavesdrop and see like the silhouettes of what's happening on the other side. But then there's specific points that you find where she can like tear through the veil and head to the other
Step
side.
through.
Super crazy.
And they also kind of like hinted at something to where like, oh, there's a door that you can leave unlocked in one timeline for yourself or something like that. Yeah.
Messing with timelines from
that
other
work?
timelines.
Because it's not the past. How does that work?
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
Exciting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it was the past or the future, you can
Right.
like mess with it a little bit.
It's the present.
Yeah.
It's always the present. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Incredible. So excited.
Yeah. Super, super excited to see.
Multiverse is done the right way.
Multiverse is done the right way because it focuses on the character and not every single reality.
And there's rules.
know?
There's
Yeah.
rules. Like, her powers are limited.
Yeah. And like
Yeah.
she's controlling the multiverse in a way. It's like
Yeah.
only related to her
Yeah.
Yeah.
instead of like this whole big thing. Yeah.
But that was a cool thing they talked about, though, where it's like you kind of have to keep track of the different versions of each character and like what do they know, what have you talked to them about,
yeah.
you know, and,
that was
and
a
if
great
you make
bit.
a mistake, it's like, oh, no, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm having a bad day.
They
You know, you just have to
they
cover
call them
yourself.
faux pas.
Yeah.
They're just little
Yeah.
faux pas where you're like, you might say something from another reality into this reality, and the character is like, huh? Like,
Yeah.
That's so awesome. And what a great way to make the player feel a little extra invested, a little
Yeah.
extra rewarded for paying attention.
Yeah.
Yes, but also a little extra uneasy in a good
Yeah.
way, kind of, oh, wait, I think I'm in this universe, but, and they'll probably start playing with that at the end of the
Yeah,
game.
totally.
Like, she'll forget what universe she's in, or the universes will start to cross over in some
Well,
way.
it seems like they were doing that, because she heard a gunshot later in the gameplay. She hears it and then sees her walking still. So it's
Yeah.
like things are kind of shaky. I like this part where Safi gets that phone call and like suddenly like shifts. It's very
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
very like Twin Peaks or whatever, where it's like, oh, the like hometown sweetheart has some secrets.
Totally.
Like there's a dark underbelly. Maybe it's interesting to me.
Yeah, Life is Strange loves to escalate.
Yeah.
So things are going
Yeah.
to get out of control
She-
for sure.
Immediately, she gets her shit wrecked. Yeah.
Yeah. Woo!
Cannot wait, dude. I can't believe we're here,
This
dude.
is so
Let's go.
exciting.
It's so close,
October
Bloodworth.
29th.
I know. Do you get a press release? Do we know about the episode format?
I was trying to find info
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
What's
Because
weird
they've
is
changed it over the
even though
franchise.
Square Enix sends me so much stuff,
Yeah.
and like sometimes games like this, like they don't send me a press release, and I was like trying to look through the website to see, but I couldn't find anything more than what they said at the end, where like the collector's edition or premium edition gets
Yeah.
chapter
I think
1
Gabby
to
nailed
2
it.
weeks
I think
early.
Gabby's right.
But I don't know if there's actually going to be an episodic thing or not.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, we know it is episodic, but does it come out week to week or what?
Right.
what's the
The
Yeah,
episodic
schedule?
release
Yeah.
schedule rather than
Yeah.
yeah. So
Totally.
He also he references a comet. I think a comet
Asteroid. Yeah.
sorry, also has something to do with it. Like
Yeah.
maybe
magic,
Some kind of
asteroid.
Big weather-related
Yeah,
catastrophe.
exactly. We're not unfamiliar with weather-related.
Yeah.
Well, and chat, watch the movie Coherence if you haven't, because there's a comet and has maybe something to do with this movie
Oh.
or this game. I mean,
Hell yeah.
nice. All right, let's talk Xbox.
Let's
talk
talk
Xbox.
Xbox.
Who started that? Was that kind of funny thing?
That was
no,
Dawn.
it was Dawn.
Dawn
Dawn?
Casanova.
It was
Trailers,
Dawn
right?
in
Okay.
an
The
episode
legend.
of Mandatory Update. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's us.
And he was playing.
He was playing. I don't remember if Elise, myself, or Kyle wrote that bit, but he was playing. I don't think he was not Phil. He was like a coked out like sales rep for
Yeah,
Right,
for
right.
Xbox. Yeah.
And so he showed up and he was just like, "Let's talk
Talk
Xbox."
Xbox, we're like even Jeff had said this year might be kind of a down year, whatever, and all that. And
Why would he say that? Why would he set himself
then-
up?
Half his job is like damage control. you know?
Yeah.
For his
manage
own
expectations.
damage, though.
Manage expectations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Managing
also,
expectations.
if I'm an indie game in the show, and then before the show starts, Jeff sends a tweet and he's like, "Yeah, just letting you know, guys, this show sucks." Like,
But he didn't
Excuse
say that.
me?
And if you think more than that, you're like just a narcissist, man. Like no indie dev thinks they're gonna be like the giant highlight of the show.
Sure, but like I just feel like he always
He
does
definitely
this.
downplayed what he had.
Yeah.
For sure. So if you're in the show, you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, like okay.
Anyways,
didn't
Xbox
have to
changed
say
that
anything.
whole narrative though.
They really
this thing
did.
was like hit after hit
Yeah,
after hit.
Xbox One SGS.
It was insane.
It was crazy.
It was absolutely insane.
And I'm not going to go through everything because there's a ton of freaking stuff, especially when you put all these showcases together. So we're just going to hit some highlights.
Yeah.
And we started this show off with freaking Doom.
Doom, dude.
Doom, the Dark Ages, Huber.
So
The
cool.
world is a better place when a Doom is coming out. It's the best. This is such an awesome direction to take this franchise because it's like, all right, we had the Doom reboot, which is like doing its thing, you know, changing up the gameplay, changing up the vibes, and then you have Doom Eternal, which builds on that and you know is like Doom 2016, but like so layered was
Yeah.
Doom Eternal. So they really feel like they're kind of this package deal. Now we're going full medieval. This feels like another new era for this franchise because we're going into the past, apparently. We're getting
They're saying this is a prequel. Yeah.
we're getting a prequel. We're getting completely new shit. Like the big thing with Doom Eternal was like the grappling
Right.
super shotgun, right? Now we're getting this bladed shield that reminds me of Mortal Kombat, right? When Johnny Cage gets that shield, takes out Scorpion, that is what we get here. And
Officially called a shield saw.
shield saw.
Shield
saw.
We get a giant ass mech from one of the creators of Pacific Rim, I learned today, by the way.
That's called an Atlan. Oh my God. And also the dragon, that's not just the dragon, that is a mecha dragon
it has,
with
like-
jet engines.
Yeah, it has like laser wings.
I mean, dude, cyber demons were like the big shit, but I guess we're getting mecha dragons.
Where
All
does
right.
this take place?
The
Where?
universe.
It's-
A planet. Just a random planet.
I don't know.
There's a lot of planets.
Hell. In and about hell
Yeah.
and Mars.
Is it hell?
There's heaven, there's hell, there's random planets. Like you
Okay.
go to different planets. Like yeah.
Apparently, maybe the past.
Yeah.
I didn't notice this while we were reacting to it in the moment, but like shout out to the formal edits that they did in the trailer where they use the canned like reload animations to cut where they are in the background.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I think one of the things also, other than the shield, that really excited me was the bone skull crushing weapon. It's like, yes,
Yeah.
Doom, give me some new weapons.
Weird shit.
Yeah,
Give me
because
some new weird shit.
yeah, because the last two, like, I haven't played Eternal in a second. I definitely finished both Ancient Gods, so don't even call me out. But I don't remember a lot of like new ass weapons in those games, you know? So I would love to see a full on arsenal of
But
new
even having
weapons.
a melee weapon, you know. Not
Well,
just
you
a
have the
bunch of-
Doom Bringer or whatever the hell,
Right.
the Crucible Blade. You have the
Right.
Crucible Blade, which is more of like a special move, though. It's not even like a thing you can really use all the time. So I just want to see a lot of new weapons. That's my desire for the Dark Ages for sure.
Yeah.
Because even we see like the like mace glaive
yeah.
The flail,
thing,
like a
the
long
flail,
chain.
yeah. So even little teases, we've seen like already a bunch of new weapons, and that's exciting.
Weapons at the end of chains are in. 2024.
Yeah, that's so true.
I smell a Game Awards bet.
And that is still on PS5, by the way.
Crazy.
You don't find that out in the Xbox
Yeah.
showcase, but it is still on
Yeah.
PS5.
Huh.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if the gameplay loop is similar, and I mean that in the sense of like, you know, every weapon will counter a demon. You know, there's definitely weapons that are favorable against certain demons, melee attacks, replenishing health and ammo, charging up your chainsaw, but in this time it'll be the shield. So it'll be interesting to see if
Yeah.
that loop
I think
is
some
the
of
same.
Some of those things are still going to be there for sure.
Yeah.
I need to know how often you're riding that laser wing dragon because
know.
we see us riding on it.
Yeah.
So
Is it like
that
free roam?
right? Is that like
Yeah.
what is the context?
Yeah. Is it like specific spots, or
Right.
can we just
I-
like summon this
No,
thing?
Right.
I
Is
feel
it
like
fast
that's got to be
travel?
like certain levels or something like that.
Yeah, dude. Sick.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Or you're like fighting it while you're riding it, so at the end of that you kill it.
Yeah, maybe.
Or something.
Maybe.
And that's 2025?
2025.
GTA, dude, check your rear view. Holy shit.
Next one is a really curious one. Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Huh?
This twisted Paris-inspired city called Lumiere, and there's like the Paintress. Quote, once a year, the Paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith. This number represents an age, the age of everyone who will soon be erased. What? Year by year, this number ticks down. More people die, and old age is not so old anymore.
Children of men.
Wait.
Yeah.
So you die when you hit that age. 33, you're
But
dead.
every
Yes.
year.
Every year.
And
Then
then
it's
every year
32.
she-
Then it's
it becomes
31.
32. Yep.
But then
So everyone
those-
above it is just dead?
Dude.
No,
Gone?
because
Probably,
if
yeah.
I'm 32, if I'm 32 and it says 33 on the pillar,
Right,
Then-
you'll age past it.
Yeah, I'll
before it
age
goes-
past it, and
It
then I'm
depends on
fine.
when your birthday is, I guess.
Yeah, something like that.
Crazy.
I don't know the date mechanics.
What the hell?
But this is a crazy. I mean, for one, it looks gorgeous.
yeah.
yeah.
But it's a turn-based RPG
Oh, that's
Everyone
this
has a big
game.
head.
Dude,
Yeah,
the combat
that's
looks
this.
sick.
with real-time elements.
Yeah.
And this description here is crazy because it's like, it says combines the depth of a turn-based game with the thrill of executing a dodge or a perfect parry.
Yeah.
So it's like it's turn-based, but then you're also paying attention.
Active turn-based.
Yeah.
Love that.
And then free aiming
Like,
to target weak points
you
and
know.
stuff too.
Like Mario Party. Get those jumps, dude. You get those timings.
You mean Paper Mario?
Or Paper Mario, I mean. Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot of craziness
Yeah.
going on there. That's also 2025.
Wow.
Blood, I don't know if I've been in like that hyped about a premise for a new IP in a minute. The number is just everybody's dead. Like that's really cool. That is really cool.
Everyone's dead everywhere or just in Paris?
Great
Well,
question.
Lumiere, which is whatever this painted world.
Painted World of Ariandel.
Yeah, it's pretty much in that same vein.
So I guess our characters are 33 or 34.
They're probably 32.
They're probably 32.
Yeah, they're about to die on
Yeah.
the next
Yeah,
one.
yeah. But then they'll
like,
be
oh,
33
shit.
next year. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
They'll be
that
33
doesn't
the
make
next time she
sense.
makes the thing.
Doesn't make sense.
They probably would change. Their age would probably change before the number changes.
Yeah. But
Most
that's what I
likely.
mean. If that's what Gabby's saying, if you're 32 and it's 33,
Or it's
you'll be
everyone
33
above.
when it'll go down to 32.
So you're
Unless it's
fine.
everyone
It's
above
gotta
the
be.
number.
It's gotta be above. It's gotta be. So then, because I'm sure they had that exact
Is it
same
literally the age of everyone? who will be
conversation.
Chad
Yeah,
is
no,
saying
it's-
that they will die when they turn 33.
erased? Yeah.
The day they turn 33?
Yes.
That makes sense.
No, it doesn't. Because if
It's everyone above. Apparently
Everyone
this
above.
is based on an anime, so people like actually know the answer
Oh,
to this
interesting.
question.
okay.
Like,
That's
is
what
it
Chad is saying.
is it nodding to an anime or is it actually based on an anime?
I don't know.
Is that a nod?
No, I don't
or-
think it's actually based.
Is it
on
actually based on? Chad said it was based on an ancient anime, and I
an
can't tell when
ancient
they're
anime?
can't tell when they're joking
That's
or
a
not.
troll.
Yeah.
That's a troll.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
Chat, don't say things. I believe you when you
Oh.
say things.
What is Red Sky saying?
Red Sky. Red Sky, is this an anime? Is this one of your Japanese anime?
Looks sweet though.
Yeah. Next one I've got South of Midnight.
Holy shit.
This
We
is
got
my
that
game
teaser
of
last
show.
year. We get to see the game now. Also, I was trying to dig up details.
Apparently
on
Ben Starr is in it too. 30,
Yes.
33.
Oh, yes,
That's
in
true.
33.
Yep.
Yeah.
There, we did it, Chad.
Cody.
South of Midnight. I was looking for details on Xbox Wire. There's a huge freaking like cover story length article there. Go check that thing out. To
Check it out.
Learn all you can.
Check a look.
But yeah, Hazel and Catfish in this scene that they say is about a third of the way into the game.
Spoilers.
And so there's been a Category 5 hurricane that's come through, and that's why you've lost your mother.
What
When they say lost, I don't know if she means dead or that they don't know where she is.
for extremely
That's the one thing. I think she might just be missing.
for extremely real depressing context. What was like Katrina category?
Yeah, that was a 5.
Yeah.
5. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
5 is like the max.
Basically.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So in that event, that's when she accessed her powers. Her powers came out, and the stress of it all, of weaving, which is a magical ability that allows her to rework the tapestry of the energy that makes up the universe. Right. So that's when you see her using her powers and doing the gliding, all of that. That's all weaving stuff.
Yeah.
And then grappling in there. And then this the giant alligator that they're talking about is called Two-Toed Tom.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Two-toed.
Two-Toed Tom.
Two-toed Tom.
Yeah. And he's
Best character of the
blind
year.
albino alligator the size of an island.
Blind?
Yeah. So that's where the bell comes in. That's why that's such a big deal.
Tom, dude.
Oh,
Best
this
character.
is so cool.
Yeah.
It's like Beasts of the Southern Wild,
Yeah.
kind of.
The whole stop motion aesthetic too.
So sick.
Go ahead.
I just wasn't expecting, when we saw this, I wasn't expecting the gameplay to be like this.
Oh,
To
it's
be-
hack and slash kind of stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting like a, action game,
Souls Light.
Yeah, what the hell? Was not expecting
Ooh.
it.
She takes it.
And I think that really helps with like this game getting mainstream buzz as well, because this is like so many people's favorite type of game. Just third person.
Well, and it's not the kind of thing Compulsion has made in the past either.
Well, whatchamacallit?
Contrast?
Yeah, it's third person behind,
It's a
you're
third person
it's
adventure
platforming
game.
vibes.
Platformer.
Platforming vibes.
It
There's
looks
no
like there's multiple paths. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, but it's like platformer behind the back. I don't know. I just don't know why I wasn't expecting this.
I don't know if contrast is always behind the back. It's a little
Wait,
bit
is
more
this the
fixed
We
in
Happy
camera.
Few devs?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It has been a decade since I played through that thing, to be fair.
Contrast is like basically a 2D platformer. Like
Yeah.
2D platformer.
There's
What?
not a whole lot.
Kinda.
There's not a whole lot of
What
combat.
is
in it.
mine?
That's the point.
The Odyssey
Anyways.
of Recollection on display right now.
But
Good
the thing
Lord.
we saw with the flowers blooming and stuff, that's kind of like the whole point. Like everything is about healing the world, and so like all of these monsters and stuff are like a corruption that you're trying to get out.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, just tons and tons more information. I didn't get the chance to finish reading before this.
New IP, Gabby. What are your thoughts?
I'm obsessed. I think it looks amazing. I love the setting. This like Louisiana bayou kind of
Yeah.
setting is so unique. I'm just excited to kind of see what the deal is.
Hmm.
And it looks like there's multiple ways to go. So, hopefully that's true. And
Yeah.
there's, secrets and stuff you can discover. Besides that, I kind of don't have a sense of what the game is
Yeah.
really. Like, is it just kind of platforming between boss fights? Is it,
Is there a hub area?
right, exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
Is
I've
there
got some things
voodoo,
here.
dude? Can I do some like sick magic powers? Like,
So the powers we can see are weave, push, and pull. Weave can be used to fix objects in place to help traversal, but they will also bind enemies. Push and pull can be used to move objects in the world to help solve puzzles, but also affect different combat dynamics, letting you control enemy placement to an extent.
Okay.
And then, there's a lot of other stuff in there too that they're not getting at yet.
Yeah.
it's hard to be extremely excited about a new IP, and this is one of them.
Yeah.
That it's
Like,
hard to be excited about?
No,
Oh, yeah.
10 out of 10 excited, and I have no previous investment whatsoever.
No, but the presentation
know?
is just so good. Mm-hmm. It's so rare you see a game that looks like nothing you've ever seen before,
Yeah.
And so it's exciting that they're trying something. Like, if the game is terrible, I'll still be like, okay,
They
they
swung.
tried something super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
So sick. 2025 is getting out of control.
Yeah, it's,
GTA, dude, look
heating
out.
up. It's heating up.
Huber, next up, we got a new, really solid look at Metal Gear Solid Delta.
We sure did.
Uh,
Excellent.
yeah. Which a lot
Nothing
of
to
people
lose
are,
here,
are
everybody.
debating the color grading stuff.
Whatever, dude. Nothing to lose. Everyone relax.
Well, because they're like, it's not really true necessarily to the vibes of the original.
Yeah.
They got rid of the kind of like
The yellow.
the more yellowish.
Yeah, I
look,
mean, no
the aged
Kojima.
look.
Like, bottom line,
Yeah.
it's the same people who hated Pacific Rim Uprising from the jump because Guillermo del Toro was not the director.
Oh.
It's like, dude, Kojima's not involved. It won't be as good, period. I'm sorry, period. Like, there has never been a franchise more intimately attached to a creator than Hideo Kojima and Metal Gear Solid. It is his
Yeah.
creation 1 billion%. And I know devs get disappointed when I say shit like that because games are made by teams and more than one person. We put so much stock into the director and the creator. But more than The Last of Us, more than anything, Metal Gear is Kojima. So my expectations right now will never be that high for like
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater in my mind is a perfect video game.
Yeah, it's already
like,
there.
It's already there. Like, you're not going to make it better. You're going to make it more modern, You're modernizing the game. You're making it more accessible. You're making it look visually better. Will the game be better? I don't know, especially because you're using the same script, the already perfect script and voice acting. I did hear that they have had pickups. They have the
okay.
old cast doing some pickup lines,
Got it.
but like everything's already there because it's a perfect game already. So like, let's come at it from that perspective,
Huber, here's a weird thing. They added like a scarring system.
I'm obsessed with this. This actually
players will
is better
see-
than Kojima.
Players will
This
see
detail.
Snake covered in knife slashes, bullet wounds, and burns by the time the end of the credits
Yeah.
roll.
I'm gonna look like freaking Deadpool at the end of this game, dude. Let's go.
Why is it called Delta?
Great question.
Because it's got 3 sides.
Because it's cute, I guess.
The triangle.
They didn't
has
want to have a 3 on there
3
without
sides.
to have people run away from it. I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
weird, like Huber, your thing with
Yeah.
Pacific Rim Uprising, and Chat was talking about like, was the Demon Souls remaster like hurt because it wasn't from doing it and it wasn't Miyazaki doing it? But like, there's another layer to it where it's like Blue Point wasn't specifically evil, and like Guillermo still had a decent
Yeah.
relationship with the people making Uprising, if I understand correctly.
Yeah.
Like, and like that to me adds just a little bit of extra, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
even if it is all behind the scenes, and also like we don't know the full story. Like
Right.
maybe Kojima was a nightmare to work with. I don't know, but like I'm not saying he was, but we don't know
Yeah.
the full story because no one's talking. But like.
We can be
there is-
reasonably sure that they were not comfortable with the amount of money he was spending.
Yeah. Well, and they also reportedly turned off the lights on people still in the
Yeah.
office to save money. So their litmus for
Yeah.
money spending
The-
is a little crazy.
The Demon Souls comparison is funny because, like, maybe in a way the Demon Souls
wait.
remake is kind of better, but not disrespecting Demon Souls. Like, Metal Gear is about like life philosophies. Like, there's so much fucking big brain think stuff going on in Metal Gear, and that's like Kojima's, his religion in a way, his philosophies. Like,
Yeah.
he's putting all that stuff into the game, whereas Demon Souls is like, yo, go kill some freaking monster. Like, there's a big story in Demon Souls, sure, but like the like essence
Right.
of Metal Gear is from Kojima's heart and soul, So, yeah.
Yeah.
I am very excited about this game, but I am definitely keeping it
At an arm's length.
at an arm's length for sure. I am not letting myself get insanely hyped because I think it's just going to be a cool way to revisit Snake Eater.
Hey, pause for a second.
Yeah.
Surprise call-in guest here.
Yeah.
Hey, Elise, say hi.
Elise!
Elise!
I don't know what this sounds like on the mic, but
She sounds good.
I don't know if I can hear them. I
oh
think
yeah,
they
you
can
can't hear
me.
them.
Dang it.
Hang on. I can fix that. Hang on.
Oh my gosh.
At least sounds great.
We have the technology.
Talk, blood.
I'm talking. Talking. Hello. This is hilarious. I'm talking. I don't know what's happening. Maybe this will work. Maybe it
talking,
won't.
Glenn.
I'm just going to keep talking because...
Yeah. To keep talking, Resident Evil 2, the original, is my favorite game ever made. And the remake of that, I was a little nervous because I was like, you're never going to beat perfection. You're never going to do it.
Go.
But they made it their own.
Gamers.
So I hope Snake Eater does the same.
Does that work?
Yes, I
Hear
think.
them.
I don't know. They're not talking because you were talking.
Hello. Hello, Elise.
Hello, Elise?
She can't
Did you hear
us.
me?
I can't really.
Next time.
She can't hear us.
We tried.
As excited as they are.
Everyone loves you. Okay, bye.
We tried. We love Elise, and we love Life is Strange. No, but I think Resident Evil 2 is a great comparison for me personally because it is a game that I deem perfect, my favorite game, and the remake did not have Kamiya or Mikami both involved in any capacity, and it became one of the greatest survival horror games ever made, but it charted its own course. You know, it was its own thing. Like the original Resident Evil 2 and the remake are so different from one another, primarily because of the camera perspective. So I hope Snake Eater does some similar things where at least it makes it its own thing. But the fact that they're, reincorporating the original script and what looks like the original scenario, I think it's just kind of trying to be the old one, but with, touched up.
Konami, I just feel like has not created a lot of goodwill.
And that is yeah.
That is what makes me the most nervous is it's like at the end of I'm like, oh, it looks great. The sneaking looks great. Whatever, the scarring, the environments. But then I'm like, okay, but it's still Konami. Like, is this some kind of crazy cash grab?
And the fact, like Silent Hill 2, it's like, okay, they're just remaking their beloved games because everyone else is doing it and it's profitable.
Right.
Like, why
do they
now?
want to do this, or is this
For
like a
what
licensing
reason?
issue where they're going to lose the license if they don't make a new game?
No, that's not a thing.
Right,
but
I
yeah,
know, but
yeah.
sure, but like, is it something like that where it's like, oh well, this is just sitting around. Maybe we'll remake it because we want money.
Yeah.
And that might not be it, but that's kind of been it in the past. So
Konami makes us nervous.
yeah, I'm like, I'm poised.
Yeah.
They say there is a more modern camera and control system, but there's also a legacy style too.
Yeah.
So you can
Which
go
is-
back and forth however you.
Which is funny because Subsistence had an over-the-shoulder already.
Right.
Like Subsistence, the version of Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence had the original, but then you could also put the camera behind you. So it's like, is it the original camera, the Subsistence camera, and the new one, or just the original and the new one? Are we removing the
I
Subsistence?
mean, they're probably considering
Camera.
Subsistence the standard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
'Cause,
right.
Yeah, that's a lot of complaints about the very original version. So,
Yeah.
I think Subsistence is the baseline, and then the new version on top of that.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it was still a solid trailer, and I like the details about the injuries. That's very promising. But like, will the weird Kojima-ness be fucked with it all? Like, are we gonna be able to snipe the end before the boss fight? Like those little
that kind
change
of
the Psycho Mantis,
Right.
and are we gonna get that? Like, how are those Kojima moments gonna be handled in this one?
Yeah, how they gonna play out?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we've got Damiani here now. Just perfect timing for perfect dark.
Nice one, Blood.
We've been on pins and needles for this. There's been a lot of messy reports and contractors leaving and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
True. But after recent revelations about certain leakers, stop listening to damn leakers,
Yeah,
man.
leakers are trash.
It's all a
When have they ever been
scam.
right?
There's a difference between
It's
a
all
leaker
a
and a reporter.
scam.
Seriously,
But
it
okay.
is. They
It's a
say the
scam.
dumbest shit. Especially like the most famous ones. Like it's
It's a
so annoying.
Yep.
Like they're
It's-
wrong 8 out of 10
ego
times.
chasing, click chasing,
Yeah, yeah,
clickbait,
Yep.
scam artist.
Yep.
The real insiders don't say shit.
Yep. I agree.
In any case, we
That
got
was,
to see
that was a Jones level rant. I
straight
love
up
that.
gameplay here.
Yeah.
Yes. How great. Yeah.
Yeah, Joanna Dark, first person.
Yo, shout out to Ben Hansen for giving me the deep dive on the lore about how Joanna is maybe working for like the rival organization, because in the original game, the Carrington, she's on Carrington's side in the original game, and now we're trying to stop the Carrington attack.
Yeah,
It was like Ben Hansen, Min-Max. Yo, that's a deep dive right there.
but it's,
well
you, know,
done.
you seem
Well
to be,
done.
You seem to be like trying to stop Carrington, the individual, specifically.
Yeah.
I think this might be like origin story stuff.
Oh yeah.
This is how she got in with them.
Are we rebooting / retconning?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was gonna be like Ghost Protocol. Like I really did. Yeah.
No, I mean, I could be wrong, but I get more origin story vibes here.
Sure,
Hey,
even though we
But
already
it's a
did
full
Perfect
new
Dark
story
Zero.
anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think all's fair game with this.
Yeah. I mean, my number one thing is just how incredible this looked and how immersive simmy it looked. I
Yeah.
mean, that's my absolute
Yep.
favorite direction to take this game. You couldn't have done it better. Honestly. And to get this good of a look after all the trouble we've heard, Blood, is just
Yeah.
so encouraging now. It was just a really awesome way to like reintroduce the game. It's like, no, this is what we've been working on. This is our proof of not even proof of concept. This is our like blueprint for what this is going to be
This is
like.
the game.
Yeah, yeah.
You said reintroduce. I felt like,
Yeah.
we had a trailer, but like I think this was it. This is like, hey, this is the new
actual
Perfect Dark.
introduction,
So
yeah.
like to me, it was like this was the introduction.
Yeah.
And they set the tone perfectly because, as you said, it looks it's very simmy. So it's like that. I think is setting the tone going forward for whatever else they show. But I think they kept it very basic. Obviously, I got a lot of questions about. And like I need answers still to questions I have that this trailer I don't think was ever going to answer those.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this was a very good first step because you had like saying nothing just would have fueled the fire of this game's not happening or this game's in trouble. And this like looks anything but that. Like it absolutely looks like this game is on track to be something. So that's like more of a pulse on this series than it's had like in quite a while, I would say. Yeah.
Like there's actually something Perfect Dark related that we can latch onto.
Yeah.
And be hopeful.
Yeah.
Hopeful is the key word here. And excited about for sure.
Yeah, so
Do we
they-
know if multiplayer is confirmed or unconfirmed or what's going on
It
there?
says a single player experience
Okay.
with a set of missions, but with choices offered in how you complete those missions.
Immersive sim leaning in. Perfect.
But also very like GoldenEye.
course.
Like
Yeah, because it's
Oh,
interesting
gosh,
to compare it to
yes.
GoldenEye and Perfect Dark itself in 64 days, because when you would raise the difficulty in GoldenEye, you
we
would
go.
have additional
Yes.
objectives
Yes.
that you needed to do. And like I feel like that's almost like the progenitor of not necessarily immersive sim, but like it reminds me of the concept. It's like, oh, now I need to do these other extra things in this space.
yeah.
And I think this is just, taking that concept into the modern era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also the like Mirror's Edge style movement and stuff with
That was
across
a
the platforms and
surprise.
stuff. Yeah.
Dude.
That was such a surprise.
like,
Sorry.
No, sorry, Debbie. Go on.
Oh, I like it. Didn't even need that. Like, I think it was, like what they showed was good enough. But like the fact that they also are going for that level of like traversal and adding in like melee combat and
The like
weaving that in.
gun dude. She like knees that
It's-
guy down and then like shoots the other guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, because we don't have Mirror's Edge anymore, and the fact that Mirror's Edge never really did melee combat very well, in my opinion.
I agree. You're right.
This is the chance to maybe have that kind of blend of that and do it well, because
Great call, dude.
I don't know. Like
Great
it would,
call.
even if we don't get another Mirror's Edge, if that spirit lives on in this game as well, you're already drawing that crowd over, because they're like, oh, are there going to be like ways to tackle levels where it's all just like running and platforming and like, you know, like maybe just a fluid motion type run? Like, who knows? Like they really could do something really awesome with that. Honestly, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So
Would you guys be bummed if there was no multiplayer? Because the only reason I bring it up is because multiplayer was such an integral part of the original's DNA. I mean, it was more than half the game, in my opinion.
You're right, but I think times have moved on, and so we know nowadays that great multiplayer games and great multiplayer modes, like, it's a dedicated thing. And I think
different
they
era.
should start by reestablishing this series, because if they go for that other prong attack of like multiplayer, I just think expectations are going to go through the roof, and I don't know if they can have that divided focus right now. I think,
Great call.
given the stakes, they should probably stick to nailing this new concept in single
with you
player
100%.
first.
In this day and age, if your multiplayer isn't gonna compete, then it's a waste of time and money. So
yeah.
you know, you already have, especially in like if you have Game Pass, like just download Call of Duty and play that. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many other multiplayers that you're gonna get for not free but cheap. So
hopefully, like you were saying, Damiani, they just go all in on this because too much is on the line, and then if it's a success, they can be like, hey, you know, 2027 Perfect Dark multiplayer, like free to play or a little spin-off game or whatever the heck.
Yeah, I think they could come up with some creative like online components too. Like they could just start simple and do creating your own missions and sharing those with other people. Like, it doesn't have to actually be multiplayer competitive in that like it's PvP nature. More of that, I'm sharing this level, it's very popular, who can complete it the fastest, or see different, you know, ways that people create like challenge levels. Because of like the Mirror's Edge thing, I think like that might not translate so well into maybe multiplayer with this like game, but letting people get creative, because did Hitman do this? I feel like Hitman did this, right? Hitman did this, right? Let you share levels or no?
You guys did that.
Yeah. You can create your own
Yeah.
contracts. Yeah.
Exactly. So like this, creating like your own missions and doing stuff like this, I think this is another great avenue for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry.
so much of it did remind me of Hitman. Like what if you just have to do the same levels again, but this time you have to do do it without killing anybody, or whatever
Sub challenges.
because it doesn't.
Stealth
It just
challenge.
says stop Carrington whatever.
Yeah.
So
There's gotta be
like, that
multiple
could mean
ways.
anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. They specifically said that. Like, they'll give you an objective, and it's like, it's up to you to determine how you want to do it.
Yeah.
So, they confirmed that you are an agent for Datadyne.
Datadyne, see?
Yeah.
Ben Hansen!
And this is Cairo.
Wait, this is Cairo? Oh, there was a different. Yeah.
So this is a near future version of Cairo. So there's this disaster that's happened called the Cascade, in which basically huge regions of the
Cascade
planet
effect.
have become uninhabitable, and this hyper corporation known as Core Mantis steps in to create a solution known as the Gen Network. And it deploys it into Cairo, restoring ecological balance and creating a freshly walled city insulated from the hostile environment outside. So
That's a lot.
That's a lot of information.
So excited.
lots of crazy technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we saw like the voice recorder gadget, to impersonate that guy and all that. They didn't really. They talked.
There was like some Far Side tech going on a little there too.
She
Seeing
had like
through
a Batman
walls.
vision thing going. Yep.
Yeah. So it's like, how does
Yeah.
that play? Because the Far Side's such a legendary weapon. It's this alien weapon where you can see through walls. But then she was just like
That was
clearly.
like the best tease, because we gotta see some crazy weaponry. in here.
Craziest weapons.
We gotta see crazy weapons, and we
Yep.
gotta see those like futuristic looking levels, or
Yeah.
just crazy like settings.
I also hope the aliens are like a little less goofy and more like hardcore X-Files vibes. Like fire in the sky. I want to be disturbed.
I mean, we saw some pretty crazy alien stuff at the end of the trailer. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
like bulbous glowing things and tentacles and yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's something that Perfect Dark and the first Deus Ex kind of share is that like, oh, once you get into aliens, it gets a little
It gets a little
silly.
hokey. Yeah, you're so right.
Ungrounded.
You're so right, bud. Holy
Kind of
shit.
losing my bearings here.
Yeah.
I never played Zero. Is there anything from Zero that you want to see carried over? Whether it's
I
I
don't
played
know.
Zero.
I don't know.
I played
Yeah.
Zero literally at launch. I cannot pull
Okay.
any memory.
That's the
from
only
it.
thing.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and obviously
Yes.
I don't remember that
Yeah,
Game
since
Boy
I got
Color
an
game.
Xbox later, it was like, yeah, Zero was not a game that I had
Yeah.
enough to go back to.
I barely remember anything from that game.
There's not a lot to say about this, but we saw a sick, crazy freaking Diablo 4 opening cinematic for the Vessel of Hatred.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was disturbing.
So excited.
Oh, that was this.
So
Right,
excited.
Right.
Yeah, girl
like
on the
Event
boat.
Horizon looked like
Yeah.
a freaking shot from Event Horizon at the end.
Totally, dude.
Or Hellraiser.
That too. Yes. Yes.
My cell and Blizzard should pay me royalties for my cell here is that actually literally no matter what, that when this game comes out, this expansion, it will be the best possible time to hop into Diablo 4. It has been cooking. We all know the history of live service games and especially Diablo 3. And now with Diablo 4, it's the same thing. It's just getting better and better, more refined. When this thing comes out, Diablo 4 is going to be cooking. Because it already is right now. This current season right now, Diablo is cooking. So hopes are very high for this expansion. I think it's going to be a great time whether you have not played Diablo 4 at all or you
really?
just played the main game and then got off like so many people did. This is a great time to hop in or to re-hop in to Diablo.
Why do you say
sure.
it's for new players to hop in? Like what?
Because
what are they-
all the rough edges, Damiani, have been sanded out.
Okay.
All the loot, all the all the skills, the balancing, the quality of life, like
There we go.
everything has been just
Nice.
sanded down
Okay.
to make the overall user experience better.
Good.
And I swear I don't work at Blizzard.
No. Yeah, that's what I expected. I also wanted to hear you
Yeah.
say quality of life.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear that.
Yeah, like even early on, I forget it because it's been so long now. It was like a year ago, but I remember like one of the first patches, like a couple months in, was about like the horse. Do you remember that? They made a big deal about like
Yeah.
something with the horse, like traversing. They just made it so much easier. And then now, of course, I keep hyping up Loot Reborn because they've completely changed how loot works. So
A Loot
like,
Reborn.
yeah, this game is really getting better and better, and I think
Good to
this
hear.
will be a huge moment.
Plus, I really enjoyed the story. So
Yeah,
like,
you were going all in on this. I
Yeah,
barely
yeah.
remember the story. And you're like, oh, this is this. I was like, what?
I mean, without like getting into specifics, this picks up looks like pretty much exactly right after the end of the main story.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, I mean, what I had assumed would be the expansion. You know, is like her and the canoe going to the
Yeah.
area, but like. Yeah, it looks sick. And the
Yeah.
story is super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And hell yeah.
You're hopping in, right? Day one?
Oh, I mean, I'm definitely playing it. Yeah.
All right, sick. I'm ready.
Depends on when they send me the code, baby.
I reinstalled it a few nights ago after this.
Nice.
I was like, I'm hopping back in no matter what. I'm going. I'm ready.
It worked. You were influenced.
Yeah, I got influenced hard. Big time.
Next up, we got Fable. It's an interesting trailer where they're like kind of narrating over, little bits of gameplay here and all of that, and also kind of giving you a good sense of like the attitude for the game. So you've got this guy Humphrey, who is like
Humphrey Bogart.
considers himself Albion's greatest hero, but he's retired now, and he's like going on and on about all this stuff. And what's interesting is the way it's cut is it leads you to think that he's talking about your character, the main character or whatever, or at least the
Yeah.
character that they've shown, because you'll probably create your own character, I would guess. You probably don't
Yeah.
even play as this person.
Yeah.
But by the end, it actually seems like they're talking about somebody else. Because they like kind of like step into the frame. They're just like a little bit of edge on the camera, when after she comes to get him. He's like, hey, she's here or whatever.
I thought she was talking about herself.
No, there was like
was my read,
Yeah,
too.
when I
She was
rewatched
referring
it,
to
it was like,
herself
oh,
in third
okay, like
person.
no, it seems like he's talking about her while he's like, well, they're basically just setting up the world, but then at the end, it seems like no, actually and I'm just interpreting this, but I think he's actually talking about a completely different character who's probably like the villain.
Dude, video games look so good.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
My read was the same as Gabby's.
yeah. I mean, that was my read
don't
the first
know.
time around. It was the second watch. I was like, oh,
Oh.
yeah. Wait a minute, this isn't what I thought it was. So, but yeah, like every single shot is just crazy.
Yeah, it was just enough for me to not be annoyed, this trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, we see some in-game stuff. Awesome. But like still need a little bit more.
Shaky cam stuff too. Like you're
Yeah.
going for a little bit of those Office vibes.
Yeah, there is it. Yeah.
Oh,
Humphrey's
yeah.
thing is basically like a talking head from The Office, which like I thought it was funny. I thought his bits were funny, but I also am like, what world are we existing in here? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so if you see here, like there's about there is that when she comes to get him,
Yeah.
then the next shot is like, I guess it's after the title,
Yeah.
but
And, like,
there's
yo.
somebody else here. Yeah.
Yo, Metal Gear Solid without Kojima, big deal. Fable without Peter Molyneux, who cares?
Oh, this thing.
Who
Yeah.
cares?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's,
So
who's
I'm
clamoring
hyped.
for Peter? Oh, wait, who
Exactly.
wants him?
Exactly.
who
Yeah.
Who's asking for it?
Who wants Peter?
I
I
want
don't
to
think
know.
anybody.
Who is?
I don't think anyone, Damiani.
The people want E3 to come back, right?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
So this show had a lot of like big, crazy AAA games, and then we also have Winter Burrow. This game looks
Mouse game.
great too. Little mouse game.
Oh,
the
yeah.
mouse game.
Yeah, yeah. And
Redwall.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah.
But it also looks like really sharp.
You see that
Yeah.
new Paddington trailer, Isla?
No.
Paddington goes to Paris or something?
Oh shit.
Different
Chile.
writer director though,
Thought it was like South America.
or some country.
He's going somewhere.
This looks good, blood.
Yeah, you're on a trail of like your missing aunt or something, and just, trying to work your way through, go on this little adventure. And
Here
Five
for
will
being
go- Five will
tiny.
goes west.
Five goes west.
Yeah.
Where's my
That's a
where's a
name.
Fievel video game?
Yeah,
Mouse detective.
restore your childhood home, like go out there and do crafting. So I love the knitting. It's like on the mouse knitting there in front of the fire.
So is it a survival game?
A little bit of
Are
that.
we,
I
like,
thought I'd
don't
taken more
starve
notes,
it?
but I don't have it right now. Let me
Yeah.
see.
Survival games trailers always
Cozy woodland survival game.
Yeah,
about
here
a
we
big
go.
City mouse returning home to fix up their childhood.
Survival games are the most hilarious trailers because they're showing all the action bits, and it's like,
It's a lot of stuff in between.
there's gonna be
that.
5 hours where you're just like picking grass and chopping trees, like
Huber's
You
out.
bake pies.
yeah, not
to-
to be
you
not to
gotta
be
bake pies, Huber.
pessimistic, but
No,
that's probably the big gameplay loop.
is gathering.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how that one shakes out. Because to be fair, some survival games try to, reduce that amount of downtime.
Right.
I think of Cult of the Lamb, for example, is kind of like a little more hybrid, a little more action,
Right.
so.
What do you think about this one though, Huber?
So excited for
Mixtape.
this.
10 out of 10, one of the
Yeah.
best
Oh.
games we
Makers
saw.
of the Artful Escape. Did you ever play Artful Escape?
No.
Oh, that game is so cool.
Shit, dude, I need to then.
Yeah.
This game sits at the same table as South of Midnight and Life is Strange.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree with you. And
They
for a
all
brand new
sit at the
IP to
lunch
do
table
that,
together.
yep.
I mean, I if it's similar to Artful Escape, my read on this is that it's going to be a more linear narrative game where
Yeah.
like the stuff that looks like gameplay is like a minimally interactive kind of set piece,
Yeah.
which, is not a bad thing. I'm not trying to read this thing into the ground, but I'm just saying like that's probably more what it is, but who knows?
Yeah.
That's just based on Artful Escape.
For sure.
And also Night in the Woods.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 10 out of 10.
I see kissing, I'm in.
En route to their
What's
final.
out?
This actually does seem like it has some similarities to Lost Records, even from the description.
Lost Records mixtape, Life is Strange, The Triple Threat.
En route to their final party together, a perfectly curated playlist draws them into dreamlike reenactments of the pivotal moments that shaped them.
Wow.
So that's it. The music is taking them back
It
to
even
the
looks
past.
like
So it's like
town
We Are
from-
OFK.
Nothing gets me more
Nice.
hyped than like insane coming of age life events.
Yes.
Straight up. And that's what this entire game is.
Love it. It's called Mixtape. Like,
Yep.
I wonder if you play it in. You can play it in a random order or
Oh, that's interesting.
2025,
shuffle
dude.
mode.
GTA, bro. You better push to 2026. There's too many games coming.
Get out of the
Yeah.
way.
It should be
Mixtape.
delayed.
Hey, I mean, probably will be delayed too.
It's coming in 2025.
also
Mark
don't
my
think it's
words, all right?
I'd bet you.
I will bet you everything.
You're
Everything
gonna-
I have.
you're
All
gonna
right,
love
Hubert,
all-
what
Okay.
comes
Everything I
first?
have.
GTA
Everything I
6 or
have.
Switch 2?
My wallet, my phone,
Okay.
my
I bet
keys.
you
I'm putting
bet
pink
me,
slips. Pink
All
slips.
right,
GTA
okay.
comes out 2025.
Okay, if I win, I get everything you own. If it comes out in 2025 and you win, I'll give you $1.
Great. That's how confident I am.
All right, let's shake on it. Lock
Okay.
it in. Red Sky, write that down. Put that on the wiki.
Oh boy. But no, Hubert, you're gonna love all this stuff that they got in here: skateboarding, taking photos after hours at an abandoned theme park, hitting baseballs,
Oh man.
putting on a fireworks show from the backseat of a
Oh
car.
my god. The town even looks like Night in the Woods.
The greatest hits
totally
of teenage
does.
friendships from the first kiss to the last dance.
Depressing prom when it's like, oh, you're going to New York. Oh, you're going to Washington. Bye forever. Sad.
Avoid the law.
Yeah.
Always.
Great.
Always.
A nice little snippet of Indiana Jones in this showcase. Mm-hmm. A little bit of gameplay, but more like a character scene.
Yeah.
What do you
Wait,
think?
can you sketch in mixtape?
It looked. Yeah, we saw some sketch in there.
Oh shit, I love sketching.
Yeah, we do.
Skitchin'.
Road rash, but on rollerblades.
What's Road Rash?
Motorcycle.
Motorcycles.
Yeah. It's all motorcycle.
But they were on
yeah.
skateboards.
What is Skitchin'?
Sketching is
Rollerblades.
when you grab onto the back of a car on.
You've
on
never
a,
sketched
The game.
Where? Where would I have
in
skitched?
real life.
The streets of
Back
New
to the
York City?
Future.
street-
Back
any
to the future.
streets.
Back to the
No.
future.
You can
You can even sketch on a
things-
bike.
Yeah, we used to sketch
Yeah.
on our rollerblades on the
Yeah.
backs of bikes when we were kids.
In the city?
Yeah.
in rural Wisconsin, but yes. The big city of St. Croix Falls,
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
it's not happening.
This looks incredible, but it didn't move the needle because I'm
Yeah.
already hyped. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's already coming into the presentation with higher expectations because of pedigree, because of IP, because of budget, because of all those things, where my expectations are already sky high, and it maintained those expectations. Machine Games is absolutely one of the best in the biz, and this trailer just showed a little bit more of a game that I am extremely excited about.
What do you think of the Uncharted effect here?
It's so funny because Uncharted.
What's happening?
It's so hilarious.
So
It's so
similar.
hilarious because Uncharted ripped off Indiana Jones, and now Indiana Jones is ripping off Uncharted. It's just this perfect thing.
Josh Scher, who used to be a Naughty Dog, like
Yeah.
he had posted like the screenshot. He's like, huh?
Yeah.
And I replied,
Yeah.
the Great Circle.
Yeah, I literally just finished one the other night, and because it's like, dude, the U-boat. It's like, this is so similar. Yeah, so very funny.
But in this, the U-boat is not that old.
Yeah,
And in
That's
Uncharted,
true.
yeah.
That's true.
Man, it's the same U-boat.
6
same
years
U-boat, same one.
No, that
Across
was
the universe.
yeah, this is actually in the Himalayas.
Yeah.
And then what?
Like Uncharted.
Where was Uncharted? First one?
Like Borneo or something.
South America,
South
whatever.
not
Yeah.
Borneo. South America.
Not Borneo.
Borneo's in one of them, right? Was that 4, 3?
No.
Borneo. No, Borneo's in one of them.
I
Mark
think
my
there's
words.
a
Amazon
little-
rainforest.
Mark my words.
Panama?
Borneo, dude. Borneo. Hook me up, Chet.
Madagascar.
Borneo.
Borneo is not in.
Hook me up,
don't
chat.
think any
You
of
know,
them.
I
Borneo.
think I might know what you're talking about, but I don't know
Yeah.
if it's Borneo.
Okay. All right. That aside, loved this little sub villain. Loved this guy. This guy's a son of a bitch, dude. I'm ready.
Borneo is the third chapter of Among Thieves.
Thank you very much, Gabby.
Is that
Boom.
Uncharted
2?
2, yes.
That's the one I remember the
Borneo,
least.
baby.
Sorry.
New Borneo. Because
Uncharted 2 is the best one.
it is the best one.
No, it's not. 4 is the best one.
2 and 4.
No, not even close.
How about Indiana Jones is going to be the best Uncharted game? Maybe, maybe not. Yo, Machine Games, though, seriously, 10 out of 10.
This is such one of their villains. It's like,
It is so, they're always so over the top, you know? Machine
Yeah.
Games is over the top. And to some degree, Indiana Jones is over the top as well. So I just think it's such an. Not only is Indiana Jones over the top, Indiana Jones loves to fucking kill Nazis, and so does Machine Games. So this is like the actual match made in heaven. This entire situation, this entire game. This could be a Wolfenstein game. The only difference is it's PG-13 instead of rated R. Is the only difference. It's
Right.
the only difference.
I will say I felt some of the comedic timing for the part where like the crate fell past them because it's a game engine. It's not like it was like slightly off. Like if it was a movie editing, you would have had tighter editing. It felt like they let things play out a little too long.
Sure.
So it like clearly broke my immersion, and like I'm pretty good at staying immersed in stuff. Like I'll let a lot of things fly. Like I don't usually do that. You know, don't usually get taken out so easily. But
Yeah.
that was like, because I just love Indiana Jones and, you know,
Yeah.
really am used to like its style. I was like, oof, you're making me very aware that this is just a game and not, you know, you took me and like it's gamified. And it was like, in the moment was like a little bit off too. But I still thought like, you know, everything else looked pretty good and promising. So yeah. And I'll just say like, you know, maybe it's just like the early version. They're still tweaking it. You know, that timing could easily be fixed by the, you know, when the final game comes out.
Totally. And it feels way more stealthy, way more melee focused.
Yeah.
Like Wolfenstein is a guns blazing, you know, there are moments in Wolfenstein, of course, where you are investigating and going through a little slowly, but it is a fast-paced shooter. Whereas everything we've seen from Indiana Jones is like him kind of sneaking around or him fighting one or two people at a time and, you know, heavy melee focus. So that's cool.
yeah.
That'll be different than Wolfenstein.
What's got your guns though is that Stalker 2, Huber. We didn't get a chance to play this at the show floor.
Metro,
Did you-
but hardcore.
Metro's pretty hardcore. That's
This-
what you're trying to say right now.
No,
Like, I thought Metro
and
was
that's
pretty
what I mean,
hardcore.
dude. No. I promise. Stalker is way more simmy
Okay.
than Metro.
So,
Metro
okay.
is a little more easygoing with like its item management and direction versus Stalker.
So not hardcore in tone and content, but hardcore in like
Yes.
demands on the player.
Thank
for
you.
realism
Yes.
in gaming.
Metro is pretty hardcore.
Yes, it is. It is. But Stalker's even more so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe more hardcore.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
reference this ball lightning.
It is very strange. Or they're just so commonplace that they're just
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Oh,
some
yeah,
roaming
they're
ball,
used to
like
this stuff.
some
Ball lightning.
sentient ball lightning.
Yeah.
No big deal.
What are you thinking, Huber? What do you?
I didn't get
seeing
to
this stuff?
play it,
Yeah.
but I just kept walking by it, SGF wanting to play it. I kept looking at it longingly.
You
I
were
was like,
busy.
just let me play Stalker. I mean, I'm obsessed with any kind of super high budget or relatively high budget thing being hardcore. It's why I like live The Last of Us so much. You know what I mean? Where it's like, dude, The Last of Us is fucking hardcore. Like, yeah, sure, it's one of the most mainstream properties in the biz, and it's like super blockbustery, but also it's a really hardcore game. So I love.
Not anywhere close to Metro though.
You keep on using this word, hardcore.
Yeah,
I don't think it means
whether
what you
it's
think it means.
whether it's subject matter or gameplay, either way, I think both can be really challenging. Like The Last of Us is a challenging narrative. I think Stalker is not only a challenging narrative, but challenging gameplay. You are looking out for your radiation levels and your inventory and surviving in this world is so hard minute to minute. You're not just like bum rushing through with unlimited ammo and unlimited lives and checkpoints. It's like, no, this game is like, settle in, relax, slower pace, and pay the hell attention to what you have in your inventory and how you use it.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to be fully immersed in Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, coming to Xbox on September 5th, 2024.
I'm also fascinated by Chernobyl. So, and who isn't?
Greatest show ever made.
Who isn't fascinated by Chernobyl?
Oh, yeah.
Like literally the greatest show of all time. Sorry, Breaking Bad, like everything. It's literally the top.
It's
It's number
Jared
one.
Harris song.
It's truly number one.
But
I don't think there's ever been a better
I don't
limited
remember.
series.
Are they speaking Ukrainian in the trail? They were speaking Ukrainian, and they weren't speaking.
I believe
English?
so, but I don't know the difference well enough to tell you.
Between English and Ukrainian,
No, like whether it's Ukrainian or Russian.
or Russian.
yeah,
But
yeah.
isn't the studio?
Yeah, they're in Ukraine. Yeah.
So I assume it's Ukrainian.
Yeah, that's my assumption.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't say for a fact
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
have
yeah.
no idea.
I just couldn't remember if they were speaking English or they were speaking Ukrainian.
No, they were definitely not.
Okay.
Chat says yes.
Sweet.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I played Metro in Russian, and that was essential
Yeah.
for my immersion. Mm-hmm. For sure. Because you really, it's like you're inhabiting that character in that world. It's like I wanted the full effect. So, sick.
We got a quick little hardware update announcement. Just
Yeah.
little revisions, little tweaks here and there. So there's going to be Xbox Series X Special Edition Galaxy Black with a 2 terabyte SSD and these little glittery things and with the paint there.
Yeah, speckles.
Yeah.
They flicked a paintbrush at it.
They look reflective though, at least. There's going to be all digital Series X coming.
Don't do that.
with no
Because if
disk
I have a
drive.
game on a disc,
Yeah.
you won't be able to use it. What if I want to let you borrow a game, chat?
Well, especially with
And you've got the digital.
the backwards compatibility going back to original Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you probably want a disk drive.
I've got discs, chat.
this is your-
I'll
You
hook
need to
up.
have friends
Embrace
to lend
the
it to. People
Ethereal.
don't have friends anymore.
Yeah, people don't
Yeah.
have friends anymore. Exactly.
I keep telling
I mean,
Gabby, I'm like,
I know.
yo, Gabby,
People
I
do
got
have
Prince of
garage
Persia, dude.
sales and
I
thrift
know. I do
shops.
regret not getting the disc version.
Garage sales,
but,
people are going to have houses.
But it's also so much more expensive.
I always say, and my
Yeah.
dad always taught me, if you're spending $5, just spend $6
Okay.
for the better one.
$100.
Yeah, no, but you're already spending $500.
Wait, but they didn't say anything about
Like,
the price difference.
no,
between
no,
the,
No, we're talking about PlayStation.
You
Oh,
never,
yeah.
never underbuy on a thing you're gonna have for 10 years, especially if it's only like
but I
a
thought
little
I didn't
more.
Want it.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I usually
Yeah.
go for the more
You
bigger
just
is
have
better.
to. You guys have to embrace your every minute zen. Just live in the ethereal now.
Ethereal
Physical
now.
is dead.
It's not.
Physical is mostly dead, but at the same time, I get really excited when I can
true. I
borrow
would have to
or
rebuy.
give someone a game to borrow. Like,
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
those.
I
also,
would have to rebuy Resident Evil. I think I did because I didn't.
What if
have
you
the
get to start
disc.
doing it digitally?
I have
like
disc
give them a
drive trauma.
license for the game for like 24, 48 hours
be
or something
When
like
is that going to happen, Damiani?
That'd be
Oh, it
great.
will happen someday for sure.
Letting somebody borrow a digital game.
and
when is
it'll
it
be
gonna
like a
happen?
fee. You'll have to pay like $2 or so. Like it'll be
Transaction
cheaper
fee.
than, yes, there'll be some kind of like convenience
Service fee.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I have disc drive trauma because my PS4 had a glitch.
Yeah, same. Mine did too.
Yeah, it just would not stop beeping.
Yeah,
Even when I
same.
fully unplugged
So
it from the wall,
annoying.
it would beep. When it was not plugged into the wall and should not have electricity going to it, it would beep. Like so loud. Like
Consoles will be dead. So
Freaks
this
me
won't be a
out.
problem.
it was so annoying. So that's why I didn't get a disc drive on my PlayStation.
So there's a Series X Special Edition with the 2 terabyte SSD.
Crazy.
The all digital Series X, which is white with a 1 terabyte SSD, and then an all digital Series S with a 1 terabyte SSD as well. And then Sarah just like slips this in there.
Sarah Knight?
No,
Bond.
Sarah Bond.
Sorry,
Oh, Sarah Bond.
we're hard at work on the next generation.
Yeah.
Sure.
That was so weird.
Basically,
Anyway,
just like
That was in the
shooting
leak, though.
It was she was shooting across the bow to
Yeah,
Nintendo.
she was shooting up
Yeah.
a flare. That's
Yeah,
a warning shot.
That's
Sony.
right. Actually, all this is because Switch 2 is on the horizon.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's exactly
It's
right.
absolutely on the horizon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't believe Nintendo when they say it's not being talked about in the June Direct. They're like, we're not taking that chance.
Will
We're calling your
Nintendo
bluff.
lie?
We're calling your bluff, Nintendo. How you gonna know you can beat my PlayStation 5 Pro or Xbox Series X Digital? You don't pick up your card.
Oh,
Maverick.
And then we got the one more thing
the one more thing.
before Call of Duty. Gears of War.
Yo, Xbox Psychos, I'm never going to be
God.
as hyped for a prequel. Sorry. Relax.
Comments are so
Dude,
funny.
I don't like prequels.
Relax.
If you want to have a good laugh, check out the comments
Yeah.
on our Gears of War reaction.
Like
All
God
the
of
Gears of War chuds who think we
yeah. Like GOW will always be God of War, sorry. And like when God of War Ascension came out and was announced, it was like, oh, it's a prequel, cool, whatever. I fucking
Gears
love
of War
God of War.
Ascension?
No,
Oh, God of War Ascension.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
Just like Gears of War Judgment.
We also had,
It's like-
yeah, that's the thing. We already had a Gears of War prequel. so
yeah, it's okay,
a
cool.
lot of, well, yeah, during the thing, like a lot of it for me was just sort of confusion. I'm like, so like, are we seeing a flashback or like what's happening here,
exactly.
right?
Yep.
Also, it's just a CGI cut.
It's a we haven't seen the game.
Well, it's not CGI.
Or it's in-game,
exactly.
fine, but it's just
Still.
a cutscene.
Yep, still.
Yeah.
Still.
It's like, okay, I'm happy.
That's
If you
the
like
biggest
Gears of
thing.
War, I am so happy for you that you're getting this game because that's so exciting to have a new game. But this is not
Yeah.
much.
It's also funny because it's like 5 was not that long ago. It's not like, oh my God, Gears of War has been gone for so long,
It actually
Gabby.
has been. It's been
It's
like
been
5
a while,
years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not that long, that's
Shenmue, talk to me later, dude. Okay. Deus Ex, talk
5
to me
years is
later.
like the
what are
average
you
development
talking
cycle,
about?
though,
Grand
now.
Theft
Five
Auto.
years
Fucking
like-
GTA, Red
on.
Dead. What
Just
are you
5 years.
talking
5 years is
about?
not long.
It's just
It
5
was-
years.
It was just here.
There's also like crazy controversy
What?
about 5. So people are talking about how they kind of don't know what to feel about it going back in time instead of
Exactly.
resolving the end of
5.
what happens to the end of 5,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like, what are we even doing? Yeah.
what number is this 6?
No, this isn't 6. This is
No.
E-Day.
No, but
This-
this is the
Oh.
6th one.
no.
Well, there's a
because
lot of
we've had
spin-offs.
other.
Gears
Technically,
Pop.
there's
Yeah, Judgment
1,
as
2,
well.
3, 4, 5, and Judgment. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
technically
okay.
this would be like the 6th,
Seventh
main-
That
one.
would be 7.
1, 2.
And Gears Pop. Don't
Oh,
forget
yeah,
Gears
7,
Pop.
yeah.
We were
7.
gonna forget Gears Pop. We're not gonna worry about Gears Tactics
Yeah.
in that.
Tactics, animes, yeah.
But
I'm I think I will always say, like, you know how much I love Resident Evil 5. I think Gears of War, as a whole, is the absolute best co-op shooter of all time.
Yeah.
No matter what anyone says, I don't think there's ever been a better franchise that has a better co-op than Gears of War. Straight up. It's my absolute favorite co-op game ever made. I love that 3 added like 4-player, like multiple, but the other people, dude, it's out of control. Love co-oping Gears. The fact that 4 or 5 was it, where you could be like the robot helper too, so sick.
yeah,
So.
and like just like a lot of the set pieces and stuff that they've had, it's just like I think it doesn't get enough remembrance or recognition for like some of that crazy stuff that they pulled off, like
Dude, yeah.
visually and the sense of scale and everything.
Yeah, and
But at the same time, it's like a lot of people are upset. It's like, oh, you didn't recognize Dom, and I'm like,
people were like, why didn't they
I
start
never-
crying?
I
in time?
never-
it didn't
any
even
point
look
cared.
like Dom, dude.
I never
what?
cared about that story.
I
I'm
love
sorry.
Dom.
Like I enjoyed it, but I did not
In,
care.
in my head, I thought, is that Dom? But it's so fucking dark.
Yes, it's really dark.
You
Right,
can't
like,
even
they
see.
they
Calm
can't see
down.
That we have a glare on
Jesus.
the street. Like, what are we? Just
Huh.
It's okay. We're fake Gears fans.
Fake,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
fake
You were
Gears
talking about
fans.
Even though I was there
Look at
since
this-
day
look at
one
this
and have played them
screenshot.
all, like,
We're
it's
fake.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
We're
this is
fake.
the
Yeah.
screenshot.
Exactly.
It's just
It's like,
blackness.
okay, that could be anyone.
Yeah. Relax.
Sorry, I don't have a poster of Dom on my wall.
Anyways.
Oh, I was gonna say something about it. Shit. I forgot. I forgot. I had something locked and loaded.
Oh, this is before the Chainsaw Lancer.
Sure.
See that? I'm trying to skim and see if I can find anything else in here.
I'll remember in an hour from now and interrupt you. It's fine. Shit.
Was it about the story? Was it about number 7? Was it about Gears Pop?
No,
Was it about
it's fully, it's
Kate?
gone.
Okay.
I'm not even close. It's gone.
All right. This is another like cover story in here. I'm not seeing a whole lot other than just like vibes and tones and like getting back to the franchise. But there's talk about the Mad World song.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
horror vibe.
That's hilarious.
But it
I'm
feels
also
more like a trailer breakdown more than
I'm also
what's
triggered
else
by
in the
Mad
game.
World because of Jones. He hates it. It's one of his most hated trailers of all time, if I remember correctly.
no, wait.
Really?
Gears of
Really?
War
No, that
trailer
can't be right.
With Mad World is one
Yeah.
of Jones' most hated
Doesn't he hate it?
trailers.
I don't think that's right.
No, I think Jones hates it.
I don't know.
Is it in
Well,
the-
no,
is
he's
it
probably
in-
gone on a rant.
No, Jones hates it because it has nothing to do with what is happening in the game.
Yeah,
It's like,
and
oh,
it
it's
was
a mad
already
world. Cool,
other-
okay. Obviously.
But is it getting people
But it's also wasn't the
interested?
first. I think that's another thing.
Yeah.
Jones was
Yeah.
already sick of it by the time
Yeah.
it had come up.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
great Jones, right? I remember. Killing locusts, I think I like killing even more than fucking Nazis. Like, locusts are one of the absolute best enemies to kill in video games, full stop, not hyperbole, period.
Big words.
Yes. And they've taken a back seat recently, so I'm excited for like hard.
The robots were
core
not good.
Locusts.
I will say that.
Robots suck, dude.
Yeah.
Unless it's binary domain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did have them. They did write themselves into a little bit of a corner there for sure.
Yep.
Huber, we won't get too deep into all of this, but Call of Duty did like 20 minutes.
It is looking like a good year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially after the insane backlash from Modern Warfare 3 and the what was an ultimate letdown, honestly, especially after Modern Warfare 1 and 2 reboot. I really loved those. Those are some of my favorites actually in the last long time. They were so strong, and Modern Warfare 3 was just a straight up disappointment. Treyarch's been killing it. I'm a big believer in Black Ops 6. The Omni movement thing seems like kind of small on the outside, but I think it's really big.
Yeah. To
The-
just make it feel more natural and more immersive. Yeah.
Yeah, the maps looked really strong. Like the casino one looked so good.
Yeah.
The the diner, there was like a diner like city area.
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
maps looked super good, and hopefully the story keeps going because like the Black Ops story is one of the best. But I'm a little nervous because going into Modern Warfare 3, I was one of the most excited I've ever been for the campaign
Yeah.
because of the story and how Modern Warfare 1 and 2 had gone. I was like, dude, Modern Warfare 3, here we go. This is going to be a great story. And it was not good. It was not great.
Last year, was it that Modern Warfare where everyone was excited and then some people played it and they were like, I kind of just ran in a line?
Yeah.
It was that.
They
Okay, I couldn't
hyped
remember
up
if that
like
was
you
last
can
year.
you can
Yeah.
go multiple ways, which this one again is hyping that up. This
Yeah.
like freedom to tackle these missions, and it's like, well, Black Ops Cold War was really hyping that up, and like you couldn't really do much. So then it went to Modern Warfare 3 where they were like, no, you can really change it up, and it was like, no, we still really can't do much different.
And I feel
now
like-
they're saying the same thing.
People were like, I guess there were a couple ways I could go, but they were both boring.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter.
Yeah, it's like you can go two ways, but they're both the same.
Yeah,
It's like,
who cares?
yeah. So hopefully now, because now it's like I'm sure Modern Warfare 3 and Cold War were being developed around the same time. So it's like, okay, well, this is now technically a follow-up to Cold War. So it's like, let's hope they've brought some of that, forward. So, yeah.
What do you think about these assist settings they talked about, like crouching and mantling and all of this stuff?
Yeah, that stuff you got to feel, obviously.
Yeah.
You need to feel it when you play, but everything that they talked about was really encouraging for sure.
Yeah.
Especially that Omni movement, sprinting sideways. I love
9 regions
Yep.
of hitboxes
Yeah.
on bodies,
Love that.
that. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
increasing that.
Yeah.
More blaming
Like-
hit detection.
Yeah, like I was playing Destiny 2 the other night, and I'm a Titan, so I was like in a shootout and I had my shield barrier equipped instead of my dodge, and I just like kept trying to like dodge sideways and stuff to like block these attacks, and I couldn't. And then I was thinking about Black
Omni
Ops 6.
movement.
I'm like, oh man, that Omni movement's gonna be sick, huh?
It's
like,
changing the
that's
game.
gonna be good. Like, yeah.
Like nothing is cooler to me in a video game than when you like hit a character or shoot a character in a particular place and it like that character reacts in that place. Like that is the
Yeah.
best.
So sick.
Yeah.
And
Like
that's
in
even
GoldenEye,
tighter.
first time. Remember that?
Yep.
In GoldenEye, you know what my brain always goes to first and foremost, though?
What was it before it?
Max Payne 3 has some of the
okay.
best. You shoot a guy in the head and they just like crumple down.
The best.
They're just like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also a big fan of the Manchurian Candidate, which Black Ops loves. You know, brainwash shit,
Yeah.
political assassinations. Like, the Black Ops storyline's awesome.
Yeah, they're talking about you going like you're actually like rogue agents this time around. too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
You still have to put a team together and all that stuff without your usual resources.
We're killing a president.
Hunt.
We're killing a president in this game
But
for
you think
sure.
we're killing an American president?
Mark my words. We will assassinate a
We will
president.
assassinate an American
Yes,
president.
yes. Or we will attempt to. Mark
Yeah.
my words, Black Ops 6, it's going down.
Okay.
As
Yep.
the villain or
As
the-
anyone, I don't know who we will be, but there will be an assassination attempt on a president, guaranteed.
I don't think that
That we are
player base
Yes.
would enjoy that.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's going down.
Um,
Even if we're brainwashed,
and they
dude.
talked
The
about-
numbers,
they talk-
Mason.
they talked about him though being like super straight lace, right? Like it's all like set up on him.
Yeah.
This character?
Yeah.
He seems cool.
Yeah, he seems cool in this. And,
Mustache.
and I love Adler. One of the greatest newer characters in this series. Love Adler.
Customizable HUD was another
that was awesome.
really cool thing. It was like
Oh,
put
yeah,
it
they were
put it up
putting-
Put
right
that map in the
center
middle
if you
of the
want, or
screen.
like
Yeah.
move it around for your camera if you're streaming, like whatever you want.
There's gonna be some crazy like, because you can change your HUD in the multiplayer, I assume too. So there's gonna be some crazy HUD meta for like professional
Yeah.
HUD meta,
Call of
dude.
Duty, Call of Duty
no.
esports. Like
No.
I swear, there's gonna be a Call of Duty esport player who has the map in the center of their screen.
HUD meta, dude.
There you go.
Huber, one thing I want to get your perspective on
Yes.
how, because I know it's significant, but how significant is them saying 16 all new multiplayer maps? How does that stack up to the past few years?
Huge, because Modern Warfare had a lot of remade maps
Yeah.
out of the gate. And I honestly think the most important thing for the health and commitment to multiplayer are the maps. You know, I have so much trauma from like my Battlefield days where there would be like a handful of maps and then you would just like queue into one and you'd be like, oh, I don't like this map.
Yeah.
Whatever, play it, get to the next one. Oh, I don't like this one either. And it's like, well, there's only like 8, you
Yeah.
know? And if you don't like 3 of them, like...
Right, then there's really only 5. Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's also when there's fewer maps, I feel like people find like glitches easier, like common glitches where they can like
Meta.
clip themselves into the wall so that
Yeah.
they can snipe everyone on the map. Like, it's just
prone
not fun.
prone on top of like a vending machine.
Yeah,
They're just like, this is the
exactly.
spot.
I'm
Here we go.
liking this. This is good stuff.
Yeah. But I have a philosophy where no matter what you do, there will never be enough maps.
Yeah,
no matter
yeah,
what.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so 16 out of the gate, even though like 4 of them I think or something are for the other mode. They cut them up somehow. There's like 4 or 5 that are part of another playlist. I still think that's a very, very good start for maps for sure. 16 is a very strong,
Yeah.
healthy
It makes
number.
it feel like you can
Yeah.
play all night and not see all
Yes.
of
It's like you're hoping for the casino so you can roll some dice at the craps table. You're hoping. It's like, let's
them.
go.
You know what? I'm hoping you can fire this heist looks so sick. You can fire a pistol at dice on the craps table and they'll move.
Oh, yeah.
And you
yeah,
get an
yeah.
achievement for it.
Or just go up to the slot machine mid-match.
too.
Like, let me pull. Let me pull that.
And a grenade comes out.
To that amount of detail, they did mention cuticles.
That was
Insane.
weird.
They
I didn't
mentioned
understand
making sure that the cuticles like
Insane.
are matching the level of
I mean,
like
I
action
didn't
that you're doing, like
understand what
that you have
that
dirty
meant.
cuticles.
to me,
Because your hands are right by the camera all the time.
Yeah.
But
They
why
were-
would they have clean cuticles?
They didn't say clean. They just said detailed.
detail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're talking
I
about
thought
making
they
sure that
something about
they
clean.
yeah,
I
they're just talking about
misunderstood.
matching it up. Yeah, they don't want you to have clean cuticles if you've been like
lodge.
digging through the dirt or whatever.
To me, it was just them flexing, saying, "Hey, we spend $500 million to make this game look the prettiest of all time."
Yeah. If you're
That's
going to be
it.
a floating pair of arms,
Yep.
you're going to be a floating pair of arms that looks good.
Yeah, Call of Duty games, like you play the campaign and you're like, this is every time, every year, every single year, you're like, this is absolutely one of the best looking video games, if not the best every year. Obviously, it's not some massive open world. There's all these little caveats that you can bring into that conversation, but like what is in front of me looks so good.
All
every
these
year.
shots of this like hideout, whatever this thing is, looks
Safe
so
house, yeah.
cool. The safe
Love
house, yeah.
that.
Like the kitchen that they show
Yeah.
that looks like a servant's kitchen. It's like in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
So sick.
And I think, yeah, Gabby, I'm glad you brought that up because they have done a little bit of that in the past, but I feel like that's such a low-hanging fruit, easy way to get you more invested in the characters. Just have a little safe house or
Yeah.
like intermissions before and after each mission to let me feel like I'm part of this world,
Yeah.
to let me talk to the characters, to build their characters out instead of just like mission, shoot, kill. It's like, yo, let me take a beat to like
Yeah.
inhabit who I am.
A moment of levity.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's nothing that to me improves immersion and like a story more than a moment of levity, and like nothing means more to me
Yeah.
than if you're in a hub and you can like walk up to a character and press whatever it is
Yeah.
and triangle on a PlayStation usually, and you can have a 3-second conversation. Or they'll
Straight
just
up.
say something like, "Oh, hey, what's up? I'm just
Yeah.
filling out this spreadsheet," or whatever.
Red Dead's Camp.
Yeah,
I
know
never
what you're
heard
thinking.
repeated. Yeah. Well, yeah.
nice. So that does it for Xbox.
Looks sick. Call of Duty strong showing this
Sorry,
year.
Call of Duty's fun.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry to say it.
Super fun.
yeah,
Big time
and
fun.
you know, I think we covered this before, but yeah, first Call of Duty to launch day one on Game Pass. So that's gonna be
Yeah.
crazy to see what happens there with the numbers.
Yeah. Because, you know, Warzone free to play gets all the love. It gets all the headlines. It gets all the guides. It gets all the social
They
posts.
said they couldn't talk about it either. That was
Yeah.
kind of funny.
And it's like,
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
forgot
And
about
it's
that.
like, I like Call of Duty for being Call of Duty. Like,
Yeah.
give me my deathmatch. Sorry. Like, that is why I play Call of Duty. If I want Battle
Gun game.
Royale, I'll go elsewhere. Sorry. Warzone lovers. Sorry.
Fortnite. He means Fortnite.
I mean, Fortnite or even Apex.
You know, I mean, and the thing too with that is like,
Yeah.
I mean, it'll get people like me back in, who you know, like, oh yeah, I'm not paying $70 for that every year, but
Yeah.
oh, it's on Game Pass. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll get in there. For
I want to do a
week or
group
so,
stream,
yeah.
a LAN
Yes.
group stream where we play multiplayer Call of Duty.
Please. Yes.
That would be really fun.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Ubisoft. I don't think we need to get too deep into Ubisoft stuff because they basically had two big things,
Yeah, yeah.
which we then talked about in our impressions and all of that.
Check them out. Check a look. EasyAllies.com.
But Star Wars Outlaws started the show,
Yep.
orchestral intro, and then
Yeah.
they had this nice little. One of the things I appreciate about the show, what they put in the press conference itself, which by the way was like one of the few actually live press conferences with a stage with
Yeah.
people walking out.
Fantastic.
Brave.
Yeah. But what I appreciated
Ubisoft being brave.
Brave.
about this, Huber, is they gave us this presentation here that is actually a completely different thing than the stuff that you played.
Yeah.
So it wasn't when
Oh.
you when you played, you weren't like, oh, I just saw this, right?
Yeah, because that
quick-
was
real
basically what
quick.
Assassin's Creed was.
I like that the portraits are the shape of Sabak cards on here.
Yeah.
Ah,
cute.
yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue. I couldn't say that when we were reacting. I can say it now.
Yeah. I mean, I think the primary sell for Star Wars Outlaws is the world. You know, if you are not burnt out, sick of Star Wars, like if one of my favorite things about video games is being able to really live in these worlds, you know? And I think this is just such an opportunity. Like I talked to some of my Star Wars friends who don't really game that much.
Star Wars.
Yes, my friends who like Star Wars that don't game, and they're like, yo,
Tell me
I want
about
to, yeah,
this.
like I want to
Yeah.
play that, like,
My dad,
dude.
My dad,
Yeah.
I don't think has seen this yet. He's really gonna flip.
Yeah, it's like, yo, you can go to the cantina like that, and like, yo, everyone's just walking around, and you're just like, you're there, you're just there. Like,
Your little guy has a
Yeah.
mind of his own.
Mix.
He like runs around. He investigates things like a little dog. Like,
Yeah.
so sick.
I think the gameplay. This sounds like a criticism, but it's really not because you know I love my little popcorn blockbusters. The gameplay's safe, very safe. You know, this is not going to revolutionize anything. But to me, open world games in the year 2024 are mostly about refinement.
Yeah.
And this game feels refined. Obviously, you know, from the 50 minutes that I played, I can't really tell you about the two most important things. One of them is the economy, and two are the reputation systems.
Yeah,
can't-
and those two go
can't speak to
together
that.
because they talked about getting discounts and
Exactly,
things. From
exactly.
Being, in the good graces of the
Yes,
syndicate.
so
yeah.
I cannot speak at all to that, which seems so important to this game. But the Star Wars world is excellently portrayed.
It
you know,
looks so delicious.
exactly, and I was kind of, you know, like pigeonholed in my demos, right? It's like, okay, do this part, this part, this part. This is an open world. This is an open universe. This is an open galaxy game. That's what. This is open galaxy, right?
Galaxy.
Exactly. And I was like pretty lineared off
Right,
with
yeah.
what I got to play. So
Yeah,
it's
because
like,
even like the scavenge ship. It's like, well, you just got to work your way through the tunnels or whatever that you've got. Same thing with the Imperial base. So yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
see what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah. So, but even from my linear time with the game in 50 minutes, I really felt how Star Wars it was, you know, because I've
Yeah.
said multiple times, like, Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order are incredible games. Oh my God, I love them so
And
much.
you just finished.
I just finished
Yeah.
Jedi Survivor fresh. And it's like, yo, those planets, those worlds, those levels feel like video games. They're so set up like a video game, you know, the little traversal, run on this wall, climb here. Like it feels like I'm in a video game. Whereas for my brief time with Outlaws, it felt like I was on.
It looks like
a
I'm watching
planet.
a Star Wars miniseries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's like one of the
Yeah.
weird things about this game that, like, you know, 12-year-old me who's obsessed with Star Wars would never believe. Well, would never believe a lot of things about me right now. But like,
yeah.
the fact that we didn't see a lightsaber, the fact that you
Yeah.
can't force jump, the fact that you can't flip all over the place actually has me kind of hyped.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because
Yes.
it's like the limitations, like I'm more interested in fleshing out the world than like the Skywalkers anymore, you know?
And
Yeah.
if you want to flip all over the place and swing a lightsaber,
Play Survivor.
Play Survivor.
Which is great.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
But if you don't, if you just want to be low key, you don't want to use the Force, you want to
Scoundrel.
just be a cool girl with Lego piece hair.
Which, like, don't we all?
Outlaws.
Plus her crop jacket. Love a crop jacket.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, people have already said, like, we want to see hairstyles and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
want to change her hair. It
Yeah.
looks like a Lego piece. I do not like it.
Like, I want predictions right now.
Okay.
Do we think that depending on who you ally with, as you know, I'm allying with the Hutts only,
Of course.
do you think, I want everyone's opinion, do you think that will have a dramatic impact on this game, or will it be surface level, like discounts at shops, or like on a mission, a door will be unlocked or a guard will let
Probably
you
something
through?
like
Do you think
that.
it'll be super basic,
Yeah, I don't
or
think
it'll
it can't-
really
I don't think-
change?
I don't think it'll be more than Starfield. Like, I don't think it'll go as far as what Starfield did, depending on like who you affiliate. Although you could affiliate with multiple people. So I'm
Yeah.
also curious if you can affiliate with multiple people in here as well. Like, you align with the Hutts, like, and you max out that. Can you go over to another one, or is it just You can only
Yeah,
max
yeah.
out one. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how deep
Yeah, that's
it
what
goes
I'm
in any
curious
direction,
about that.
but it does
yeah.
feel like, you can be on, multiple people's good sides.
What's the character from Mission Impossible? What's her face plays that is always the neutral that always arranges the meetings for Ethan.
Elsa,
Max?
Max's daughter. Max's
Max's
daughter.
daughter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's who you want to be. Just be on, playing all sides. There you
Great
go.
reference.
There you go.
I'm gonna be thinking about that now.
Yeah, I'm
First
not.
area, an old gunslinger.
Sick.
I'm not taking anyone's affinity. I'm not pretending they're my friends. And like we're gonna get done what needs to get done.
Oh, and they did
What?
confirm. We were confused about are you recruiting these people to learn skills? It's like you learn skills, but also you're recruiting them for a heist.
Yeah.
Yeah, they confirmed. Yeah,
Oh, confirmed.
yeah, confirmed.
You can see in the top of the screen right here in the footage, it says hut territory. Like,
Right.
I imagine if you were aligned with them, you could just walk in.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then
You
it'll
know?
make the mission
Well,
easier.
yes and no.
like-
I think there's some amount of that, but then there's also like one of the things they had said,
In certain areas.
when they had said before is like that actually if you're wanting to stay good with the huts, that's why you want to be stealthy in this stuff. If you start getting into shootouts,
Oh, so they
then word
can't
gets
go.
back to them.
Oh, you're drawing
But if you're
attention to the business.
That's
Uh-oh.
If you're
I will save scum if any kind of hut rep is on the line.
Really?
Huts
Oh,
on
wow.
the
We got
road.
Huber to
That-
save scum
that to me-
finally.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
That to me actually implies less complexity because that means that the story requires this to happen one way or the other, and
Yeah.
whether or not you're aligned with them doesn't make a difference.
Yeah,
whether
I'm very
it's just
nervous.
whether it hits your rep or not. So
Totally.
yeah, that actually is kind of a bummer to hear. But like, I don't know, I don't expect much out of this, but I think it looks better than I thought it would be when we saw this for sure.
My main worry would be that this game has Ubisoft syndrome, which is
That's
like
kind of my fear.
every mission is identical, and
Yeah.
but that I don't even want to put that evil out into the world because I'm so excited about this game. I will play this game to credits. I love Star Wars. I love the Star Wars universe. I love Star Wars UI,
Hell yeah.
and it just looks fun.
That was
It
cool.
look-
They
it
used
is.
the-
It
They
is.
used a
Fun.
robot spark to like stun
To
the
stun
other enemies.
everybody?
Yeah.
That's kind of what we were saying. I remember we said this after this live stream when we were reacting. Is like, it looks like, hopefully, pie in the sky. It's like the Ubisoft game, like perfected.
Yeah.
Like it's still gonna be a Ubisoft game. Shadows looks like this kind of in some ways too, but it's like,
Yeah.
it's still a Ubisoft game, but it's just like the best one so far, maybe.
sure.
And like, yeah, hey, 8s are still good.
Yeah. It's funny because we saw this in Shadows, and it's actually my two favorite Ubisoft studios. Ubisoft Quebec is doing Shadows, and Massive is doing this. I love Massive. They did Avatar and Division. I think they're both excellent games. So
I didn't play Avatar, but Division, like just the
Division 2 specifically. So good.
just the environments, it's just good.
Environment.
They're good
Yeah,
at
dude,
it. You
that's-
know?
Seriously, Division 2 and Avatar, the environments are so good. Ugh.
Yeah. This show though also has probably my lowest point.
Here we
of the whole
go.
week.
Oh yeah, bring it on. Here we go.
Yeah. They come out here. And we're just like, all right, it's Prince of Persia's anniversary.
Oh, yes.
What are you thinking?
They come out. We've got
Skip.
3 things for you, and like first of all, they bring up the Lost Crown, and like yes, it's
hell
like
were
it's
they
What were
great
they thinking?
game.
They
doing
should have
really
just
well.
said it into the mic. Hey, we're also working on Prince of Persia.
Well, I
Stay
was
tuned.
Building up to the
No.
moment
Sorry,
that-
sorry,
that-
Anyone
sorry.
said that.
Sorry.
Keep going. Keep going, Bloodroot. Not everyone knows.
Oh, they like, okay, we got 3 things for you. Lost Crown. They talk about how well it's been doing, and then there's like, okay, we've got story DLC coming up in September, Mask of Darkness, and then they're like, okay, and then the Rogue Prince of Persia. Again, we already knew about this, but it's like, hey, it's
New biome or whatever they teased.
yeah, they got the Temple of Fire coming,
Yeah.
and then the third announcement, that Sands of Time remake, and then lights dim, screen comes up.
It's like,
we
here
see
we go.
this candle reverse in time,
Here we go.
and
We're
then we get
eating-
the title and a date. and it's over, and exactly what you said. It's like, why didn't you just tell us it's still in the work? Because the date is 2026.
Yeah.
Insane.
A
What
year
were they
we can
thinking?
barely,
This is the same.
barely
The only
conceive
other
of.
2026 game that like I know of is like a game that just is in Kickstarter right now.
They should have
Like,
done-
It's just like why?
They should
And
have.
this game was already supposed to have come out. It was
Yep.
already like this.
Oh.
This thing has been in development hell forever.
Yeah.
They should have pulled a Metroid Prime 4 announcement where they're like, okay, we're sorry. You know, we've been like looking forward to this game, but we had to restart development. Like
Yeah.
they should have been
It should have
honest
started
and
with an
been like,
apology. You're
yeah,
so right.
exactly. They should have framed it that way, and I think that would have brought so much more goodwill. Even just like saying like it's still in development, I don't think it would have been a bad idea. I think they need to say what's up with this. Like just be
Yeah.
frank and say what's up, and they didn't even do that. Instead, they're trying to make
And
it like,
show-
no, it's still coming. Yay, be excited. It's like, nah, I'm not. No,
It
sorry.
honestly makes me wonder, like, if honesty is anathema to stock prices. Because, like, no, because, like, to
You're
me,
so
like,
right.
as
Holy
a
fuck.
consumer, you know, like, I always want companies, and it buys, honestly, a lot of positive mind share for me if a company comes out and is like, hey, look, we were trying this thing for a year. It sucked. We started over, you know, so, hey, sorry, this is 2026 now, but we're really excited. We're still going in the direction we're in now. Everything's great. We really think you're going to love it. You know, like, I love it when companies say that kind of thing.
But
And I'm like, does that tank your stock
But we already
price,
knew
or is
that
that's
good?
the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. The problem with this is it's like the only new information is 2026.
Yeah.
Right.
And what good does that do anybody? You have two great Prince of Persia games out there.
Seriously.
You don't need to tell us
Exactly.
anything other than, hey, we know you guys are curious about Sands of Time. It's still in the works. We'll update you when we're ready. You know, don't worry.
I also think, like,
And that's good. Like, fine.
the way they built it up was also bad. Like, coming out and saying 3 big things, 2 of which are already
Totally.
out, and one of them is nothing.
One of them, right? One of them is Well, it's like being like, I have a huge surprise for you, but you have to wait. You know, I guess 2 years for it. It's like, okay, but how does that affect me now?
Right.
What can I do with this information right now?
Well,
As a normal
especially-
person, as a civilian, a citizen watching this show.
But especially because what we saw before was bad. That's the problem. We saw it, people didn't like it, and now they're like, hey, guess what? It's 2 years away.
Okay, yeah.
Like, until you
okay.
show me that it's good now,
The
like, I don't
absolute
have
low light.
Right,
an
good point,
anticipation.
yeah.
I would
The
rather
absolute
them
low light.
just release a sales report that was like, we're still working on it. Don't worry, it's coming. It's projected to come 2026. Like, then all of this fanfare.
Give them the Razzie.
Mortifying, embarrassing.
Yep.
Razzie.
They got the Razzie of
got the Razzie.
SGF for
Razzie.
sure. Yeah.
Game Razzie.
Yep. The absolute low point. But
Degrassi?
Well done.
Degrassi.
Love Degrassi, dude.
Me
Jimmy
too.
Brooks. Let's go.
Jimmy Brooks.
Jimmy Brooks.
Wait, is that Drake?
Yeah.
Stop.
They had a lot of good.
Don't say that.
They had a lot of other good updates and stuff for stuff that's coming. They showed a Monopoly game in the ad break while they were setting up taiko drums.
Yes, and we all know that the Ubisoft Monopoly game from many years ago is the best video game version of Monopoly there is.
Do you think they'll bring back the camera thing? We don't really.
I
That
think
was
so.
so cute.
I
and
hope
fun.
so. I
Yeah.
hope
Cameras.
so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Of course.
You can
of
like
course.
do your face or whatever.
But
yeah.
how
Also,
It'll probably be
shout out
like
to
through
Taiko
mobile.
drones.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah,
download
yeah,
like
yeah,
an
yeah,
app
yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
Maybe. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Those are so cute.
And the custom boards, right? Didn't we do like Easy A?
Oh yeah,
right?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I hope that it's like even better custom boards, like
Oh, it's gotta be.
all kinds of. Maybe you can design your own little piece.
Was our first stream
I
Monopoly?
don't know how that
Is
works.
Monopoly
true?
Plus was in there, I think.
Wow.
That's cute.
It's so fun. I love those
You
streams.
can carve something in like an iPad app and then transfer the 3D file to your
That would be
PlayStation or your
sick.
Xbox, and then you can play with that little piece.
Love that.
And then closing the show. What?
Wait, really quick. Do you think it's interesting that Monopoly Go is one of the biggest cash cows in the biz, and they relegated this Monopoly to a commercial pre-show? Do you think they should have given it a little more love, considering where Monopoly Go is?
Well, Monopoly goes free.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
But just the brand,
it's
just the
not-
brand and the
think
hype.
I think it would have been a good time to have like really talked about what it is and what
Yeah.
makes it different, other than because
I agree.
I think
I
that the
guess.
trailer with the music and everything, it just kind of like you just kind of saw it's like, oh, Monopoly, okay, like
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree.
I mean, what like
But it is
I don't
it
know,
is
they're
weird
not really
because
going to innovate
what
that much
the
on Monopoly.
Yeah.
When you land on go to jail, you go to jail.
in real life.
yeah I don't know whether
cops show up.
the conference watchers would have necessarily been all that into it,
Yeah.
but
And Monopoly speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do we really need someone to
The
be like,
deep
in
dive.
Monopoly, you play a rich man buying property in New York City? Like,
What is up, conference watchers?
a deep dive into Parker Brothers, right? Parker Brothers Monopoly.
When you roll doubles.
A textureless gray
So
model
funny.
of a hat just rotating.
It like starts by defining capitalism.
let me close things out with Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is looking fantastic.
It looks
It
so
looks good.
Oh my god, when I saw it in
Oh.
person, it looked so good. It looked really, really, really good in person natively. I was blown away.
Did you play? Or
Did not play. It was hands
Okay,
off.
okay.
For example, that little stream right there, that little creek we're seeing on the image right there. Yeah, they were going through this part really slowly. They were just like walking on their
Yeah,
horse.
so you got a much
and
better look at it. Yeah,
that I was just like, oh my
I will
God.
play any game where you can ride a horse.
Still
The
screen space
horseback
issues,
riding. Oh,
He has the screen space issues. Woo!
Screen sprays hater.
everyone,
Mark it on your
mark your
bingo
bingo
card.
boards. That was a
Yeah.
mention of screen space
Yep.
reflections.
always
Someone
love-
mentioned they're
Oh,
harvesting
sorry.
rice during soccer season, which I think is not a thing, but that is okay.
Ooh.
And
They usually get that stuff pretty good. Are you sure?
I don't know. That's what I saw.
They
in
usually
the
have
comments,
their
and I was like, okay,
historical-
interesting.
They have their historical advisors on these things usually.
Maybe
I
they're not
always-
harvest. I
I
don't know.
always love when, like, you know, I obviously I prefer when we get hands on, but like if
Yeah.
it's gonna be hands off and it is gonna be the same demo, I always like when they're like, they do different stuff. They show you
Totally.
different angles of it because that lets you compare. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love how tall he is.
Yeah. Same.
Oh yeah.
He's so huge. I
It
love that
is-
people are bowing to him. Like they're
And
still
full on
showing
yes,
deference to him.
Totally.
'cause
And I'm
he's
a-
a samurai.
This
I'm
Akita.
obsessed with like her being what could be like the best fit ever for an Assassin's Creed game, which they believe to be true. And
She's so
him,
cool.
who's the worst fit because he can't even climb. It's Assassin's Creed. He cannot climb.
Right. He can barely move
I-
with all that.
Wait, like
How
in
much
his
does that stuff
gameplay,
weigh?
he
Of
can't.
course he can't
Exactly.
climb.
Exactly.
You literally can't climb in his
That is
section?
what I have heard is that he does not have the ability to climb
Wow.
in an Assassin's Creed game. So I
I
think
honestly kind of love that they're
That's
taking
Same.
two
so
different
cool.
approaches.
yes.
That is so cool.
I'll
I
never play as
love
him
it.
because slow is not my style.
Yeah.
But you probably have to play.
but I'm
as
sure
him.
you have to.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some sections,
Like-
but it is nice that they give you choices.
Yeah. There's got to be maybe some like ways where he can like maybe jump up some things or
Or
something,
maybe he,
but like
can't parkour.
in terms of like
He sends-
scaling a building.
Slowly,
He sends the dog.
yeah.
instead.
Akita.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. He's so heavy, he would probably just rip the side off the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
So I just love my salivate at the idea of missions where it's like, okay, you need to break into this place unnoticed and get a thing and get out. Okay, I'm gonna be Naue. All right, you need to break into this place and like kill this dude.
I'm gonna be.
I'm gonna be
Yasuke.
him and just
Yeah.
like freaking bash everyone. Just like the different ways you can.
I still really
about.
hope. I really, really hope because like they show in this demo that you pick ahead of a mission which
Yeah.
one you're going to play as. I still really hope that because like when they first announced this, my dream was that you like get him in position and then she like or get her in position, then he leads like someone to her, you know,
Totally.
like
Oh.
he causes a scene and like
Yeah.
forces a crowd to go toward her or something like that. Like the setups,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I hope you can
teamwork.
switch back and forth. In
Yeah,
positions,
I think that
for
would be
sure.
so cool.
They haven't talked about that, but you know they have done that in the past. Obviously, Brotherhood, you have your assassin crew that you can summon in. You're somewhere, you're like, yo, get that person. So if they maybe had some kind of that functionality, that would be so cool. They have confirmed that there are main story missions where you have to be one or the other.
Good.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah,
be.
that makes sense.
But there are countless missions where you can be either of them. So.
Yeah.
Am I gonna play this game twice? Playing all of them as Yasuke?
Probably
and then
not.
Probably not.
Probably
not.
200 hours
Yeah,
long.
probably.
I really hope it's like 40 hours max. You know?
They need to have a balance where it's like, you know, your main game is like 20, 30 hours.
Yeah.
If you want to be a psycho, it can be 100.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of their
Right,
stuff
if you
should
want to
be
open
optional.
every chest.
Yeah.
Which I do.
Also, this is the year of the fruit stands.
Yes,
over.
apple physics.
Between the persimmons here and the oranges in Perfect Dark.
yeah.
Persimmons, my God.
These
Um,
hits feel so.
Yeah, combat looks like an improvement, but stealth looks like a dramatic improvement. I think stealth looks better than it's ever been,
Yeah.
which is really saying a lot for
Take
this
out the
series.
lights.
There's just so much more you can do, so much more flexibility, grappling hook, prone, lights, all that stuff. And then just the heavy combat looks at least visually awesome.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
prone is
At
so
a
good,
base
too.
at a base level, open combat is visually
And he feels
striking.
huge
Yeah.
and lumbering, and like you know he's wearing a ton of armor, and yeah,
so excited.
he's so cool.
It was funny behind the scenes. The thing that I saw, I wish I could have asked them. I didn't get to, but my question would be why. They were like, "Hey, Assassin's Creed Shadows, as you all know, it's in feudal Japan finally," and everyone cheered.
Yeah.
And then they were like, they were literally, the director of the game was like, "Yeah, you know, the fans have been asking for this setting for so long. They've wanted it so bad. Well, let me tell you, a lot of us developers behind the scenes have also wanted it for so long." So my question is like, why
Why
did
not?
it take so long? Like, what was the pushback from corporate Ubisoft there? I'm sure someone hopefully out there has asked
That's a great question.
that question.
Maybe they
but
tried a
that-
few times and just didn't turn out right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe they couldn't
Yeah.
get the samurai plus the shinobi
Or
stuff right.
yeah,
and-
or maybe it's just those weren't the guys that were in charge at
yeah,
that time. You know?
Yeah.
They just weren't interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going back to Italy. We're
And
going
I think
to Paris.
especially for like the early years through like maybe up until Unity, like they were still very much into like the bloodline thing.
Yeah.
So like
Are you talking like Animus bloodline thing?
right.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like it
yeah.
all had to be like one of his ancestors.
You're so right.
Oh.
You're so right, dude. That is the best reason I've heard so
Wait,
far, Blood.
So they couldn't be because
yeah.
Like
'Cause
they would
when
have
you-
to find a
'cause
way
when
to
you go into
justify
the-
him having
Desmond's
you know Japanese
Turkish
blood or
Exactly.
something.
or
Yeah, yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. When you go into the Animus, it has to be through an ancestor.
Wait, where does that first game take place?
In Istanbul,
Turkey, right?
Turkey.
Okay.
Yeah, Turkey.
So and Desmond is related to him.
yes,
So Desmond's Turkish
Desmond is related to Altair and Ezio.
and Italian. Okay, so he's Turkish and Italian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And and Connor too. Then yeah.
And Connor as well.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 3. Don't let me forget that.
So
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
okay, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Lore.
Yeah, bro. Good job. well done, bro.
I'm glad they dropped.
But that's still there's so many more games after that. But yeah.
But also, like, why couldn't he be hundreds of years? Like, why
True.
couldn't he?
But I'm saying like they would have to establish those links and it, like
Yo.
I think that's one of the
These-
reasons they
these
got
are-
away from it is because
Exactly.
it becomes more and more
This entire
insane.
thing at
Yeah.
Bloodworth, exactly. This entire discussion right now is just like fucking modern day Animus stuff.
That's
like,
why it is
But
not.
I will always defend it because no matter how you slice it, and literally, it's so funny. At this exact moment, I was thinking of it because they redid this part in the demo I was watching. I was thinking, whether you love it or hate it, the Animus, whatever, I do love that it is a way to connect every assassin. I love that. And like, not in an annoying, like, it's all connected MCU kind of way where it's like, this connects here and that. No, it's just like so subtle
they're
baseline
all
where
related
it's
to
like,
one man.
no, where it's like the assassin order.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
when I'm
that's
playing
sick.
as like, one assassin, it's like I still think about the Assassin Brotherhood.
Yeah.
You know, I still think about the Templars in a non-intrusive way. So I do love that.
But why does that have to connect to the present day? Why
we
does,
we still don't know.
Right, but I'm saying like you're saying like, oh, I like that it's connected.
Yeah.
What does
Because-
that have to do with the present day?
Because the modern day shows a little more clearly, I guess, how it is all connected, which I really like.
Okay,
It's
but
like how have these historical figures impacted the moment? And it's like they're all impacting their world and their time, but the modern day stuff is like, how do they all impact it in this one moment? And I fucking love that.
like how do they affect?
How do they affect where we are now? Everything that everyone has done up until this point, we are here. How has that impacted this one thing? And I think that is an interesting angle. They just haven't capitalized on it. They just haven't brought that home.
I just
Because I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
If they ever do bring it home and like do like a weird modern interconnected game where you can like jump back and forth into the past and out of the past and things are happening in the modern day, like
Yeah.
you're assassinating in the
that-
modern day, like that would be a crazy
I
culmination.
know.
you
Would
know?
that
It
be
would be,
interesting though?
Isla.
Like to me,
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed is
Yeah.
about the historical. It's about being a person in a historical context.
Definitely, but I still think after so many games, a modern day assassin, or better yet, near future assassin, like you're a fucking assassin, an Assassin's Creed game in like 2040 or like 2035,
Okay.
and you're some sci-fi like near future
that's
assassin.
Like Watch Dogs.
Right.
Yeah, a little bit, kind of shades.
And like that,
Sure.
we all know how
Yeah.
great that went.
Love Watch Dogs too.
you could always like give it like a socio-political kind of a thing too, where it's like you're, you know, rebelling against the corrupt government or something. You know, like you
We're
could do
pitching
whatever.
Watch Dogs right now. We're literally pitching Watch Dogs. It does not work.
I mean, it
does not
worked
work.
fine.
Yeah, I love Watch Dogs too.
Well-
so much.
I mean, there are so many games that are good that are set
The
in
most-
modern or near future. Like it
most-
can
most
work,
recent
obviously.
one.
Yeah, I
But
think it can
I'm
work.
talking about Assassin's Creed.
I think it can work.
But I feel like the third one is the most like, oh, we're rebelling against the government kind of thing, and that's the one that works the
society,
least.
Totally. I'm still down.
Yeah, so that's Ubisoft. And then
Coming in hot. Coming in real hot.
we got we'll move on to the next one. PC Gaming Show, which I had to catch up on afterwards because we had to go to the floor.
I know, I haven't even watched the trailer, Gabby. I haven't even watched Citizen Sleeper yet.
Yeah.
So I caught up. I got a few selects from what looked like were good reactions from you guys. And so there's a lot of games in this show.
Oh
Like
yeah.
70 or
Dwarf
something?
Romantic is
Yeah.
such a fun game.
Yeah, so
I'm
first up
pumped.
is Starbirds.
Yeah.
Starbucks.
From the makers of Dwarf Romantic. And yeah, you plays these little birds that like build their little mining stations out on these asteroids. So you've got like this whole like almost like Mario Galaxy-esque like 3D workspace to work on and assemble all of your things together and go off and get to another one. It says scan nearby asteroids and use your power to uncover hidden resources ranging from ice and metals to rather obscure things. Build production facilities to mine resources and automate the manufacturing of increasingly advanced goods. Deliver products to your space station to fulfill quests and satisfy the needs of your birds. However odd these might be. Establish trading routes, create a bustling cosmic production network, and ultimately take off to foreign star systems to pursue the mysteries of your galaxy.
Love a toucan.
Me too.
10 out of 10. Best bird.
It looks a little Terranil, a little Dwarf Romantic, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in.
Damiani, you
the
love
art
space.
style.
Yeah.
You in?
Yeah.
It's not in. He's not in.
I'm not
everybody.
sure that's the
No.
kind of
Yeah.
thing Space Damiani cares
We'll
about.
see if Damiani's into anime, though.
The-
Wander
Damiani
Stars.
likes anime.
You play an anime. This is a turn-based RPG.
This looks sick.
Yeah.
where you use like cards with words on them
It
and
looks
combine
so
them to
sick.
create super moves.
Give me a break here.
Yeah, so see, like they had like a wide kick,
This looks
you know?
sick.
Like
Focus fire, dude. Single
exactly.
target
Look at
damage.
the way you combine these things. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
They said there's episodic gameplay segments.
Okay.
So you kind of have like little story arcs going on.
Chill.
Sexy
Befriend
Wolfman.
your rivals.
Love befriending rivals. Truly one of my favorite things in the biz.
Uncover dark mysteries and seek out the pieces of the Wanderstar map with Ringo and Wolf in an action-packed race across the universe.
Well, Johnny Ringo.
And there's a demo for this too, Huber. Like most of these things on like PC and Wholesome have demos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Shit.
Cool concept.
Get that.
There's a lot of games right now.
Yeah.
Jeez.
A lot.
Okay. Do we have a date for that?
I didn't write a date down. They might not. they
Yo,
might
what's
not have it.
the comic a patron sent me about the wrestler? It was
I got
incredible.
one of those too.
It's so good. I read that whole thing. It's amazing. That
Didn't you
reminds
make
me
the
of
whole
it.
thing on the
Announced,
plane
no date.
back from London?
Yeah, I don't see a date.
It looks really good.
Hesperus sent that to us.
Yes. It reminds me of that. It looks very, very good. That game looks very, very good.
Huber, I think you're gonna like this. Fumes.
What is this?
This is freaking like Mad Max. It's like a single. Oh, it says not Max on
Yeah.
the license plate.
Do you think after society betrayed Furiosa and it failed in the box office, all these Mad Max games are nervous?
No.
Did society betray it?
It did. It bombed.
They
No,
all,
it was the best performing Mad Max movie in theaters.
right.
Did not make any money.
None of them do.
I love how they made a
It
PC
stayed
gamer
true to
thing
the
for
Mad
the
Max
trailer.
legacy.
This was supposed to be the one.
But look, Huber.
Well,
Look at this
Fury
game.
Road's better.
Stop talking about the box office. Look at the game. like,
It looks like Twisted Metal meets
Mad Max?
Something, dude.
Mad Max.
What's that old? What's
this boss,
Mad
Huber.
Max.
Look at this crazy
Deep
freaking
Cut,
boss.
dude. Deep Cut. What's Remedy's game before Max Payne? Death Race. It looks like fucking Death Race vibes.
But yeah, so
Fumes.
this is single player. You've got like
Single
some,
player. Interesting.
yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, but they do talk about Twisted Metal, like this mix of like racing and shooting, and then also like cargo deliveries. So I don't know if you saw that one shot where there's like a pile of
Yeah.
boxes
Sam
on
Porter
top of
Bridges?
It
Yeah.
looks like Death Stranding.
It does.
That shot
The-
really looks like Death
them. Yeah,
Stranding.
because there's like a stack of boxes that like are like precariously on top of the car.
Dude.
I don't know how easy it'll be to knock them off or anything.
Kojima.
The art style looks so cool.
Yeah, it's got kind of like that really like rough pixel like PlayStation
Yeah,
1
PlayStation
kind of
1.
look.
That's
Yeah.
hot right now.
And then customization options they showed in there, like being able to change like the number of wheels, the size of the wheels, all kinds of different weapons.
One wheel.
Yeah, in the middle.
Yep.
But it's sideways, so you you only go front and back. You can't turn.
It says, Huber, you can get new cars and parts by beating bosses.
Great. Traditional progression. Sounds like, beat a level, beat a boss, like get a new upgrade. Cool.
No loading screens, no fast travel, just use your car.
Wait, it's not levels?
Coward.
It's like open world?
It's a big open world. Yeah.
Whoa. What?
Yeah.
They said no fast traveling, coward.
Awesome. Good. Yo.
Fumes?
Fumes, yeah.
Fumes.
Oh, I thought
Okay.
it was just like a competitive, like, Twisted Metal type.
it's
Yeah.
single player.
No, it's a
This is
big
crazy.
single player open world.
Single
Oh,
player
what the
open
hell?
world. What?
Go around, do deliveries, smash cars, find bosses.
Yo, hype was here. Hype is now here.
I do wish there was co-op. I think that would be
Co-op could be cool. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It is an indie game, but
two
yeah.
cars driving
You're
around.
so right. Or a co-pilot.
Mm.
Gunner.
Ooh,
we
a
play
gunner would be
Fortnite.
good.
Gabby and I play
A gun-
Fortnite.
yeah.
We're in this like
Mario-
vehicle racing season
Mario Kart
right now. It's
double
out of
dash
control.
style. You
Yeah.
just have somebody on the back on a gun.
Yeah.
Someone with the map navigating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Next,
that looks cool, dude.
yeah. Next, I Am Your Beast. We've been talking about this, but we hadn't seen it. Now, this game is not only got a trailer, it's got a demo. People are going nuts over this thing.
I'm your beast.
Trying to
Ooh, I forgot
speed
about
run
this.
these things. So this is from Train Scaffold, Xalavier Nelson, El Paso Elsewhere.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Did
yeah.
he say it's
His
also
next game.
about how like wasps or something? Or he introduced. I remember this. He introduced a trailer
Yeah.
and he was like, "This game is about how wasps are evil."
Yeah, yeah, you fight wasps. But like, you'll see it here soon. But like, you use all these crazy tricks. You throw the gun.
Got it. Like Angerfoot style.
stun people by throwing the gun.
So like Hotline Miami, Anger Footy,
Or
Neon White.
Neon
is-
White,
is
of
the main
course. Neon
comparison
White is
people
the
are
main.
making.
Yeah.
Because-
Hotline Miami, Neon White.
Because if people are like speed running these levels.
Dude.
Just in the
Super
demo,
hot.
they're already obsessed about getting the fastest time.
Holy shit.
There's the wasps.
Oh, shit.
there's the wasp. I didn't see them the first time.
So
Looks fun as hell.
yeah, it's
After
supposed to be
playing,
super smooth, super fluid.
It's so funny because Hotline Miami, exact same thing as I had with Angerfoot. We're like, yo, I love difficulty. I love murder. I love stabbing and shooting people. I can only do it for so
such
long.
an
Take that out of
insane
context.
You know, like after 20 minutes of playing this game, probably I will need to walk outside and take a break. That's
Yeah, get some fresh air.
That's the vibe I'm getting from where it's like, yo, give me a break. It seems this game seems relentless.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And you're saying Hotline Miami is also that?
Same, yeah.
Yeah,
Same energy.
I do wonder if
where
it's
like,
as
boom, boom, boom,
frustrating in a good way as
Yeah.
Hotline Miami. Like, Hotline Miami is one of my favorite games. I do remember wanting to hurl my controller across the room. So I wonder if
I played that shit on a trackpad.
Oh my god.
I played it on
Maniac.
Why?
What a
I
maniac.
don't know. There definitely came a part. There was one boss where I was like near the end of the game. I almost
Yeah.
did the whole thing where I was just like, trackpad, don't cut it anymore.
Not
Gotta get
meant
a
for
mouse.
this. I played it on console, which like it's obviously way better on a mouse. But yeah,
August
Trackpad.
15th on that actual release date. I didn't catch that till now.
played on a dance pad.
Yeah, so Huber, we had to stop for Huber to actually watch
Yes.
this because he never looks at my Slack notes and like.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Citizen Sleeper 2, Star Wars Vector.
Yes.
Yeah, Huber and Isla obsessed.
Oh.
Me
Loved
too.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you you're obsessed with something if I'm not
I
aware
heard
of it.
Gabby never played Citizen Sleeper.
Yeah, I don't think she ever
Same.
played it.
Is that true?
She never beat Sifu either.
What? Stop.
I heard she doesn't like the historical aspects of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I want it only to be modern
Yeah,
day.
Animus only. Yeah, that's what I heard.
I love the idea of a crew.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Like I'm already obsessed with like
Eugene.
bank heist type crews a la GTA Red
Dude,
Dead,
fucking
but like
Cowboy Bebop style
Ex-
spaceshipping, dude.
yeah,
Ah,
I think like heist crews are the best when they're in space. You know?
Well, they say like you are on the run too. Like all of this is because
Yes.
you're being pursued.
Oh my god,
It
it's
said
even
something
better.
about the derelict. Like at the beginning, it's like, oh, the derelict was a disaster or something. So that's
Yeah.
either a heist you've already run or somewhere you like
Right.
something like that.
Yeah, so they said you'll choose a class, configure skills, assemble crew, and unique tabletop-inspired gameplay. The future depends on a roll of the dice
Oh yeah.
as you make difficult decisions. This is a different sleeper to the
Yeah.
one that you play in the original game. Soon after escaping their corporate overlords, this sleeper fell under the control of a local criminal gang
Dude.
and its leader, Lane. After a desperate attempt to free themselves from servitude, they're on the run again, this time with a malfunctioning body, a price on their head, and no memory of their past.
dude.
Hell yeah. That'll be the first mission. You're like escaping. Will be the very beginning of the game.
I wonder if you'll go to the Spire and like see the other sleeper.
I would
Although they
I would
wouldn't-
imagine.
They maybe wouldn't be there if it was 5 cycles.
Yeah.
I imagine you
well,
at least
cycles
go
aren't
there.
years, right? Or are they? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And is it 5 cycles ago from Citizen Sleeper 1 or 5 cycles ago in this
Yeah, I don't
Also,
know.
how long
narrative?
is a
That's
year
true.
in space?
Yeah.
Like, is it?
Yeah, like
is this going to be a
galactic
long ass
standard.
narrative or?
Yeah, who knows?
Is on everything this time around: PC, Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Great.
Do not skip.
Don't skip.
Spiky air bike courier.
Such a short game too. You
Yeah.
get through Citizen Sleeper 1 so quickly.
And
It
it's
is
so,
incredible.
Like, wait,
Don't
I'll just
push
do
it,
one
though.
more
I got
day.
crazy eye
I'll just do
strain.
one more day.
Yep. It is like one of the ultimate because I love gaming in the midnight hours. It is one of the ultimate like late night vibe
Yeah.
out games. Oh, so good. Great. Can't
Next
believe
up.
it. I can't believe it.
Unbeatable. This is PlayStack. This is Wout's, one of Wout's games.
Oh,
Yeah, so you've got this girl rock band, got
this
rhythm-based
game.
combat.
This looks sick.
Yeah, rail grinding. Music is illegal and you do crimes.
whoa.
So the pink hero girl there, that's Beat. That's your player character there. And it says it blends live song performances, spectacular set pieces, and quirky rhythm minigames. You explore a detailed open world and engage in branching conversations with several different characters. Talk to people, help them out, or don't. Play huge concerts and punch cops. Then run away from the cops you punched. Also, there are monsters or something. Not sure what's going on there.
Yo, did she just grab a lead pipe?
Yeah.
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 Look at that nightstand.
Oh, I said
Oh, look
sick.
at
That's sick.
that.
Yeah. So
Pretty cool.
some pretty cool stuff. Some pretty
Yeah.
nice, like kind of like flat anime art style for the characters on top of some
For
3D areas.
sure. Nice vibes.
Yeah.
Chromatic
that looks sick.
aberration going on that makes it look
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yo, a little baseball
that-
there.
Yeah, that looked cool.
I got
Yep,
hungry
yep.
bullets. Yeah.
I think there's a demo for this too.
Nice.
Prequel demo thing. Might have been like timed. I don't know.
Cool.
Could. Oh, I think you're right. I think there's a prologue.
Yeah, there's like it's the rhythm only prologue or something.
Got it. Nice.
A game where music is illegal and you do crimes. What a great catchphrase. Slogan.
Next up is Crescent County, which stood out because we're looking for witches, and this
Oh.
is a witch game.
Is this the one that looked like Vroom in the Night Sky, but good?
Yeah, but good. Yeah.
Yeah, you have
Spiritual successor to
Motor-
First episode
Motorcycle
of Trash
brooms.
Babies, dude. Yeah, I mean that's literally Vroom in the Night Sky. First episode of Trash Babies.
motor
Classic.
brooms. Little drift action going on.
Yeah.
There. Yeah. They said it's like they literally said Kiki's delivery service plus Akira.
What a combination.
Yeah, it's a hell of a combo.
Akira.
Better live up
That's
to
also-
that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's hubris.
Yeah.
To list like two of the best movies of all
Oh
time.
yeah,
yeah.
that's
anime
what
movies of all
inspirations
time.
are, Gabby. Like,
Yes,
not saying you're
but-
as good
Go
as them,
together.
but
I know,
yeah.
but to
Still-
list both of those.
Yeah. There's a time and a place to reference
Just
things.
bold.
And I don't
It's
know
bold.
if I'm not really seeing any Akira just because you're on a
This game
motorcycle.
could be amazing. It's
You
just
gotta you gotta build up to the Akira.
Yeah.
and the Kiki.
Sure.
Your best friend
and
can't turn into a football stadium on day one. you know?
Exactly. Like if it's Akira, are we talking about like evil corporations
Right,
and like
right.
crazy psychic powers? Like I'm not really seeing that.
Good
They-
for health, bad for education, baby.
They do say cozy.
Sure.
Delivery by day, so sending out all those packages and stuff, and then racing by night.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then what was interesting is that shot when she just like took the package and threw it in a lake. I'm like, what's that about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably delivering it to a bog witch or something.
No, it's like like Batman in Dark Knight Rises when he drops the nuke off, and same thing. It's probably like a nuke or something.
and it blows him to Paris.
yeah.
That's a new.
Rekka, this stands
Oh.
out because it's a giant chicken house.
Baba Yaga.
Yeah. Yeah, you literally guided by Baba Yaga on an adventure across villages, mystical forests, and more.
The Beetlejuice house.
with your chicken house that you of course get to customize and all
So
that.
is this a witch?
Yes, definitely a witch.
Yeah, it's a
Apprentice witch using their newfound powers
Yeah.
to set out on their adventure and begin building, customizing, and decorating their walking cottage.
Cool.
So is it gonna be like oh my god, what was that game? Like a resource kind of game where you lived in a village on top of a walking creature?
Oh, are you thinking of the
Oh.
Wandering Village?
Wandering Village,
Yeah.
Wandering
Yeah.
It's like wandering. Like, will it be walking? Like, will you? How do you get back to your house? Does it walk while you're out of it?
It looked like it was like sunken into the ground there for a
Oh,
little
Yeah,
bit.
okay.
I don't
House
think it
moving
walks when you're
castle.
out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like
Sick.
you control it actually when it walks.
This is a game I want to play in bed. I want to play this thing in bed, dude. I just
It's on
wanna,
Switch.
I also.
yeah, I
the
just want to be in
house-
bed and like also be in my bed in that game.
The house seems to move very slowly, so I'm wondering what the benefit is to moving the house at all. Like,
Yeah, there's
it
gotta
might
be
be
some kind
faster
of-
for you to just run out as far as you can and run back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe you want to have the house.
Maybe you're fleeing
along
something.
with you, or when you're
Yeah.
going from town to town, and
Yeah.
selling to other people or something. I don't know.
Cool.
Tactical Breach Wizards, which we of course have heard of before,
Have we?
as it's been in the works for 6.8 years.
Whoa.
You don't remember this? It's like the mix
don't
of
remember
like kind of Rainbow Six-ish, but with like wizards and all of that, and different magical powers.
Seems like a great premise.
Lots of different kind of like mixed up
The
classes.
trailer is fun.
Yeah, the one that I wrote down that I like. There's a necromancer medic, so she can heal you, but she has to kill you first.
That's very
Yeah.
cute. That is awesome.
Yeah, the VO in this was actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not too bad either. The single player story, they say that the campaign is 8 to 10 hours.
Friendly.
Each of your wizards has a unique set of abilities, from a straightforward lightning bolt to transforming into a rabid dog.
I love that the necromantic is also smoking a cigarette. Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Constantine energy.
That's your character.
Cool.
Rebel Riot Priest.
Yeah.
Right?
They're designed to be fun by themselves,
Oh,
but
me,
combine them.
yeah. I thought you meant like the player. And it's
No,
like,
no,
me,
that's
yeah.
the
Oh,
humor
yeah.
character.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
Some
so you
big
can
fucker
combine
with a
different
shield.
abilities, and they say like in ways we don't even know. So apparently it's pretty open in terms of like doing different moves. And then you can freely rewind turns if you make mistakes.
Nice.
You can try something.
No limit there.
Yeah.
Even if you like crank up the difficulty, you think?
I mean, they just said freely rewind.
Chill.
I would guess not, but we'll see.
Cool.
I'm curious what Damiani thinks of that, because you like some of that, like Mario and Rabbids and Valkyria and all of that.
With the what? Sorry.
Tactical Breach Wizards.
But what specifically? Sorry, I had Cloud distracting me for a second.
Oh, sorry. Just, yeah,
Yeah.
what you're thinking of it, because it's, essentially turn-based strategy.
I mean, I don't know. I don't. Not really speaking to me. Like I don't want to. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't feel bad. Yeah.
I think, as I
If
was
it's,
saying,
it
like,
hits. If not,
sometimes
if
the
not.
audio makes a big difference. And
Yeah, I'm not. I don't hear anything. So
you're
like,
not
I'm
hearing
just
anything
seeing.
right
I'm just
now.
seeing
Right, right,
stuff.
right. Yeah, if you didn't
So
watch it
no,
earlier.
before. Like
Yeah.
even when you played Since the Sleeper, I didn't hear anything during it. So yeah.
yeah. And then last one I pulled from PC Gaming Show is Hotel Galactic.
Galactic.
This is
This
the
one looks great.
yeah. This is the Ghibli inspired one where
Oh,
you're like
okay. Now you're saying the magic
running this
words.
in, like out in. It's kind of like, it's weird because it's like it looks very earthy, but then they're talking about being in space and like all these travelers coming from different worlds and stuff like that.
I think there's a shot later where it shows that it's on like a floating kind of
Yeah.
island.
Rats.
So cute.
So cute.
Yeah, and even the animated intro they show is really nice. We got the flying fish.
Crazy.
And yeah, build and manage the hotel for alien travelers, restore the inn, perfect recipes, hire staff.
And are you like a marmot or something?
Is that
You're like some kind of animal.
Yeah, I'm not
yeah,
sure. There's lots of
ferret,
crazy
marmot.
creatures though. I love it.
Yeah.
Um,
This looks like Fallout Shelter.
it's a little bit there. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's
I
ships
just-
coming up with supplies.
Excuse my ignorance, please, and correct me if I'm wrong. I just think survival games make you work with no payoff. You're just working. You're working to build better things, to then work more, to build better things, to work more, so then you get like
Yeah.
your dream house, but then you're still working to maintain your dream. And it's just like work. You're just working in these games.
Yeah.
You don't often have to maintain it. Like once you build the thing, like you set
Yeah.
your own goals usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in Valheim, it's like I built this cool castle here, and now we have to go somewhere else to get a different resource. But like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
That
that-
is my issue with
Yeah, yeah. There's no
survival
like
games as well.
there's no like
It's like to what end?
to what end?
Just to have another one.
To what end with survival games? To what end?
Yeah.
I need some kind of tangible goal to make all of my work and my crafting and my gathering and my building matter.
Yeah.
Like Grounded even, and Valheim as well. You know, we would build and get better to go like explore more, but there needs to be like an end point.
Well, and Grounded, you're doing it so you can figure out why you're.
Yes.
small.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like, whoa.
To what end?
Is it just to have a bigger house?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's like
Yeah,
what it
yeah, a lot
feels
of
like.
these games have a story.
Yeah. Don't Starve though has like a pretty good. You know, you get to. Don't Starve gets crazy, but
Yeah.
but that's like really hard to get to that point in Don't Starve. So it's like, yeah, it's just I wish some of these survival games would have more of a point. It's
But
like-
you're just guessing because here, Huber, take a reprieve
Yeah,
from
no, okay,
managing a
it's my
hotel
ignorance, it's my
by
ignorance, correct
exploring
me.
an underground complex
Yeah.
within the floating island.
Yeah.
Okay.
Become part of the local ecosystem by growing
Yeah.
plants in the hotel's backyard
But
and
it-
raise a myriad of livestock.
But more
But
often,
there's something underground.
for
going on.
sure, for sure. But more often than not, it's just like to get better resources, and there's
That's
no
all
like.
some people like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it's the
Like-
journey, not the
But
destination.
I think Huber is saying, is there anything else? Like, is
Yeah.
there anything else that Huber would be
Yeah,
interested in?
some kind of like
Yeah.
character agency and character emotion rather than just like, hey, go chill and like
Listen,
gather and
listen.
craft and
Some people want to manage a space hotel, and
Yeah.
some people want to replay Last of Us over and over again.
Yeah.
exactly,
People are
exactly,
different, you know?
exactly,
People are
exactly,
different.
100%.
On to Wholesome. First up, Crab God.
Crab God, this,
Crabs are in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is this a sequel to Another Crab's Treasure?
No, but it did remind me of it. It really did. So this is
exactly
a
the same.
side-scrolling strategy game. There is a demo for this one for sure.
Sweet.
You raise these little crablings to take care of the ocean. Then you lead a migration to the depths, where you'll lay an egg for the next crab god. And I'm guessing it would probably create like a cycle or whatever. But here's the thing that like really caught my eye that's crazy with this. There are real life eco rewards.
What?
So
We can save the Earth in real life?
yes.
How's that for an end goal?
Oh yeah. So during your there it is. During your gameplay. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. It's the next one I think. It's one. You'll see it. It's in there. So there will be these ritual stones that pop up that are found in some levels and allow you to
Whoa.
create real world change.
What?
So basically, they are taking a percentage, 10% of the revenue from Steam every month, and you're choosing what charities it's going to go to.
Oh.
So it could save
Yeah, it
baby
just said
sea
a thing
turtles.
that was like coral reef
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yo, that's a cute idea.
or remove ocean plastic, or propagate coral, or plant a tree, or protect marine areas. Those are the 5 different choices.
Dude,
And-
Amazing.
yeah.
that's awesome.
That's very, very friendly. Love that.
I hope it sells better than every game ever made.
Yeah.
yeah.
And they also said that like they're not doing it like fake it either. They say there's a limit to the number that you can do in a month, and then once all of those have been chosen, you just won't see those stones until the next month comes up. So and then you know when it's ready, then you'll be able to do it again.
Nice.
Next up, Fruit Bus.
Yeah.
We're in Wholesome, so there's gonna be a lot of management type stuff.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
But
Never
this
don't get
one,
upset.
I have not forsaken the entire genre. I'm just like comedy. I'm very, very picky.
this one
with
you're
that.
basically running a food truck. So you're going out.
Cool.
You're gonna gather all of your grandma's friends for a feast.
Yeah.
But while you're out doing that, you're also gonna be selling food to all the different places you go. Drive your fruit bus.
Yes, bud, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
And you get out to explore to find ingredients. This thing with the fishing pole is great. Where like use a fishing pole to like get a fruit off of a tree.
Yo, this looks cool.
Cook for different customers that come up.
Throwing up.
And yeah. Yeah, so some of them like it, some of them throw up. You
This
know, it just
looks
depends
great.
on what find the tastes.
All I would need is for it to be like a journey.
Yeah.
Like Oregon Trail vibes, dude. Let me go across the world spreading my good food everywhere.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think of a joke about like that's what my car was called in high school or something.
Yeah, that one
Nothing's
looks
coming
cool.
to me.
What was that one called?
Fruit bus.
Fruit bus, like my
There's-
car in
there's a
high
demo.
school.
Fruit bus. Okay.
Demo for fruit
That's
bus.
another compound word.
Fruit bus.
Another
Yep.
compound word title. Next
I had to
year.
pull this just because
Frogs.
this was a frog game that we
Yeah,
did not
that would've-
count because we did not react.
Oh.
Kamaru.
I think all the highs on Cozy and Witch and Frog got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Frog Refuge. And yeah, it literally is just about collecting frogs. You decorate and restore this frog refuge, feed frogs, breed frogs, collect over 500 frogs across 8 different species.
500 frogs.
Of course.
We're going snap.
PC, Xbox, and Switch. And this bad boy shadow dropped.
Get wrecked, PlayStation.
So yeah, if you want to take care of cute little frogs and build little houses and habitats for them, there you go.
Nice. Love frogs. What's the difference between a frog and a toad?
It's a raging debate right now. You're gonna have to look this up. I saw even one saying that like all toads are frogs,
But not all frogs are toads. Is it one of those things?
Man, definitely yes, something weird there. And then certain frog, like some of the characteristics that you think of as a toad, there are frogs that have those same characteristics.
Yeah.
So unless you know exactly what kind of species it is, it might be hard to pick.
Apparently, frogs have thin, permeable skin that lets them absorb water and oxygen. A layer of mucus helps keep frogs moist and makes them feel slimy. On the other hand, toads have dry, thick skin.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
Helps
it's
them
the
retain
skin.
Those are the
water
generalities.
So they can live in drier habitat.
Interesting.
Yeah, those are the generalities, but then you get to talk about specific ones, and then somehow they don't fit the rules.
I'm willing to bet my life that Blood has had a pet frog. Do you agree?
Your life? You're looking at your life?
I'll bet my life on it. You had a pet.
I'll warm
Yeah,
up the
pet
knives.
eater.
If not necessarily a pet frog, a frog that you knew.
You?
Yeah.
You befriended a frog,
yeah.
yes or no?
Like
Yeah.
that's the frog
Simple
that hangs
question,
out
Blood
around my house or something.
We had in Florida. There's so many tree frogs, like a big green tree.
Boom.
This is
frog.
what I mean. This is what I mean.
But I don't. Not that I would know.
That he
Like the
would
same
know.
frog one day to the next. We also have like little brown
It's the same
toads.
frog.
Did
wasn't,
you,
like, the one
or did you not
familiar.
know a frog, Daniel Bloodworth?
All right,
Love it.
Damiani, I want to know what you think of this. Little Lands. This gives me
Pop
like
Howard.
Link's Awakening remake vibes.
Yo, with me's.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it's just like this very like
You can rotate the camera. Yeah.
you can rotate the camera, Damiani. Heck yeah.
Cool.
Or is
Yeah.
that rotating?
And
I think you
Fishing.
can rotate it.
Okay.
I mean, it
Um,
seemed like it. Yeah.
But yeah, it's got that same kind of like little
Whoa.
focal blur
Cool.
going on,
Yeah.
but like everything looks like it's a solid object, you know?
Yeah.
Love trains.
Play,
Trains.
playback's a little like framey, but like I think that's a connection thing. But I imagine like it's running smooth, so has that advantage over Link's Awakening
I'm
as well.
sorry, Damian.
Yeah.
He's just trying to throw shade.
No, I'm not trying to throw shade, but like earlier when you asked me about a video, I actually couldn't really see it because it's so low res and skipping around. I'm like, yeah. So okay, now the video just went to crap now. So I saw the beginning and it looked really good. So yeah.
Yeah.
It looks
Kind of
like,
like
Animal Crossing. A little.
yeah. Like just a dash of 3D dot game heroes, just a dash. I know the visual style is a little different, but it still kind of gave me that energy.
I'm soaking up all our internet bandwidth shopping for purses on the other monitor.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so it's a mix of an action adventure and a social sim. So you go out and go out and explore, but then there's also gardening, fishing, digging out fossils, finding treasures. Maybe 2 devs working on that.
Crazy.
And that one's got a demo out as well.
Love this. Love these demos. Open the floodgates.
Um,
Good. Let everyone play.
This next one I'm really like, yeah, this is the one that caught my eye the most, I think, out of this. The Palace on the Hill. This is in rural India. So you take on farming and odd jobs to help your father pay the bills.
Whoa.
And
This is
it's-
a premise I can get behind, Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a
Ooh.
isometric, hand-drawn look. You do like conversations with like narrative choices and all of that going on. You explore these ruins and paint scenes, and then you put your paintings up in these galleries.
Dude, I love that.
Yeah. And then you've got little quests for villagers and all that. And then, quote, a heartfelt story of ambition, struggle, and friendship told from the perspective of a young boy in fictional 90s rural India.
Wow.
This slice-of-life adventure role-playing game offers a multifaceted experience of India's culture, art, history, and stories.
Cool.
And that one also shadow dropped.
This is out.
It's out now.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm
That
pretty
looks
sure the
great.
90s were real. I don't think the 90s were fictional.
This place in India is fictional.
Do you
I'm
know
good,
if it's
yeah.
northern India or southern India? Do we know where?
Not off the top of my head, I don't.
I love, not to get romantic, I love so much in the last like 5 or 10 years how video games have brought us into so many different cultures. It is so awesome. Like that was not a thing when I was growing up. That was just not a thing.
Yeah.
You know? Now it is like all the time, games about different people in different places. It is amazing.
You know what else it reminded me of? Maybe just because the art style is Pentiment.
Sure.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I was
Sure.
thinking the same thing. Absolutely.
So cool.
This one is really, really cute. This is Sopa, Tale of the Stolen Potato.
What?
And this is another game
From
where-
like,
Starts
here
with
is
a
a
gang
deep
leader.
insight into this culture to like, all right, potato thieves, let's go. Yeah, video games.
but this is another game where like the character models, they just like really look like these solid, like almost like ceramic physical things. It's got such a great look. But yeah, so this kid gets pulled into this journey after a rat steals a bag of potatoes.
Rodents.
It's kind of like it's almost like a Narnia type of thing. When Miho steps into the pantry to get a potato for his grandmother's soup, he suddenly gets pulled into a distant, fantastical land where he must retrace the steps of a mysterious great traveler before him. He must travel through endless deserts, floating mountains, and talking beasts, outsmarting thieves, meeting quirky characters along the way. But each time he returns to the kitchen with an ingredient, things have changed in unexpected ways. So somehow your travels influence the real world.
Interesting.
And then this is coming to pretty much everything: PC, Xbox, Switch, PlayStation in August. And not too long, 6+ hours.
Nice.
So,
It's like Alice in Wonderland, classic.
yeah.
Sure.
And then the last one here I pulled from
Bro.
Wholesome Direct. This thing, it's going to go by in a flash, okay? This is in the montage. I had a hard
Bro.
time finding out much about this.
Bloodworth found gold here. Bloodworth found gold.
Omo Chapon.
Dude. 3 seconds, I'm already hooked.
Yeah, so basically, it looks like you play as little, like, gacha toys.
Dude.
So there's, like, a little car, there's a bunny, there's this, like, roly-poly thing, there's a
Pikmin.
little
Oh, and you can
tank,
change
a little
anytime.
glider. And then they showed like a Gundam that you open up at the end, and then that's it. Now we're on to the next game. That's it.
Oh,
That's all
okay.
that's all the footage I've got. And like even when I went to their website, like they just had like slightly longer clips of each
Yeah.
toy. So
Cool blood.
Sean the Miller is the developer on that.
Awesome.
Omo Chapon.
Omo Chapon.
So
Great pull, blood.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing a more
that's-
meaty presentation of that game.
Cool.
Probably what's a combination of 2 words when you like smash
Compound
Portmanteau.
Yes.
Huh?
Portmanteau.
portmanteau
Yeah.
of gachapon and something, right?
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Look at that
Nice.
big brain.
Big brain
I don't know
Damiani.
what oboe means, but
And then before we move on, just some final thoughts. Summer Game Fest overall. We rapid fired a bunch of games. So we've had
Yeah.
a long week. Play days, all that good stuff.
Yeah, very tiring is my main thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the
Well,
first time.
fun.
It's the first time I felt really old, as a human.
Okay.
Did not have unlimited energy like years past.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Really was feeling the fatigue. Some of those late nights, you know. So it's like
Saturday, dude.
wow, I'm old. Shit.
Saturday at SGF
Yeah.
at like 5 p.m. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like I don't usually allow myself naps or anything, and I was like, I could nap.
Yeah. But overall, I thought it was really great. I thought Xbox elevated the entire thing. Like I'll throw that into SGF. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
though
No,
it's-
that's part of it.
Yeah. I think without Xbox, it would have been just fine. But I think because of their presentation, because of all the games on display there, it was a good week in a trying time. I know a lot of people are bringing up, Xbox lack of addressing the state of the industry, but I also think there's a time and a place for that, and it's like they have been doing interviews where they have addressed it a little bit, and it's like I don't really know what else they can say other than like, we had to make the hard call. Like what else can they even say there? So I think like overall, considering, the somewhat depressing nature of the state of the industry lately, it was a positive look at the future of games, especially with indies just carrying everything. Like indies are carrying this business right now.
Damiani, you got to come back here. Get out there
Yeah.
on the show floor.
Yeah, it was nice being back. I liked. It felt. I don't know what the best way to say it, but felt smoother this time. Like just the setup. Felt like there's like more companies maybe there. Maybe that's not true, but it felt like there was more I was actually interested in this year versus last year. I felt like last year at the actual at play days there wasn't as much as I was personally interested in. This time was like every day. It's like, oh, good stuff. So that maybe speaks to Jeff getting, more and more companies to show up and, be a part of it, which is great. Still a few more companies. It'd be nice to get to go there. But yeah, it was great to see so many people again. It'd been 7 months since I'd been, I was back there for Dawn Trail Media Tour for like in and out for like less like a day and a half, but this was the first time I'd really been back in like 7 months. So that was, it was pretty cool. And I like still didn't get to spend as much time with like everyone as I wanted to, but to your thing as well, Huber, this is probably like old man thing too, but like, I didn't have like energy problems. It was more, like Sunday night. So anytime I should have known better. And I really need to get medication for this so I can prevent it from happening again. But I get apparently gout flares when I walk too much, like long, like a lot of walking. So Monday, going to thankfully I didn't have as much on Monday, but like I was hobbling like an old man, walking to my thing, and then at the airport, I swear. Some of those wheelchair people are just like looking at me like, "Do you need a wheelchair?" Like I was like, "No, I'm okay." And then yesterday was just like the worst. It was just like I couldn't even like put
shit.
Yeah, it just like it was like thankfully it didn't happen till like the end. I was like, okay, but yeah, now I kind of echo your sentiment, Hubert. Like, you probably need to take better care.
Feeling a little older
as you get older. That like should probably like because besides that it was like a blast and.
Start a training measurement before Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, honestly.
Sure
I gotta do I gotta ease back into it. Well, the only time I ever got it was like going to Disneyland like 2 years ago. Like we walked around like all damn day, and like the next day I was like, oh my god, what is going on with my foot right now?
Were you fine when we went to Universal?
Yeah.
Oh.
That one, like afterwards, I was like just fine. So I'm not. It doesn't seem to be like consistent, but it only ever happens after I've done a lot of walking. Oh. So I don't know if there's some other combination, like because it's usually a combination of that and like diet. So I don't know. But anyway, yeah, fun stuff, and hopefully next time around. Nintendo does their thing in the window where I was like, just missed on.
Yeah. Still no word on the next direct?
Nope. We just know this month.
Not this week. We know it's not this week.
Next
so.
week then. Let's fingers
next
crossed
week.
there. Let's go.
Maybe. We'll see.
Gabby, I know you didn't get to go to the show floor, but like what from your perspective?
I mean, well, I'm very young and spry, so I can't relate, but I feel like every Summer Game Fest, how many have there been?
3.
3. Every Summer Game Fest.
3 was that had a in-person component.
Yeah,
they had some before that.
So every Summer Game Fest, every Game Awards, Jeff Keighley learns something, and I am excited to see what he learns for the Game Awards. Because it often feels like he swings really far in one direction, and then everyone's like, why did you do that? He swings really far in the other direction.
Right.
People are mad, so I'm excited for him to find the perfect middle point, so Summer Game Fest can be even better.
Yep.
You know? Because I think Jeff Keighley has an attachment to E3 like all of us do, and I think he wants... Whether or not he wants Summer Game Fest to be exactly like E3 was is debatable, but he wants it to be this like important time of year where everyone from the industry is descending on a singular location, and he seems committed to making it better and keeping people satisfied. And I think he learned from last year,
Yeah.
And same with the Game Awards. I think he learned from the year before that, or he learned from 2022, and then, he will learn from 2023. Yeah, so I'm just excited to see
I love that.
what he learns.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's so many bad faith takes out there from people who have never even been in the same room as Jeff Keighley and just assume. And sure, I give credit to Keighley for helping me kind of get into the industry a little bit, but also as a human being, I can just tell you that I know Keighley loves this. And he doesn't love it from a fucking greedy business perspective. It's he really loves the industry coming together and celebrating their collective love for video games. And I think that's really special. And I just want all the random ass haters out there to at least, you can judge the man, sure, but at least respect that part.
I mean, I think, to your point, I think whatever you feel about Jeff Keighley as a person, whether you think he's corny or whatever, he is not cynical at all. And I think that is the most important thing, because that is annoying. That is so annoying when industry,
The cynicism.
the cynicism is just, it's annoying. And everyone can sense it.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah.
Yeah, he's passionate. He
Yeah, I
loves
mean-
it. He truly loves it.
My thing is always because we've worked with him and known
Yeah.
him for years, but it's my thing is always just because I've had conversations with a lot of people who are disappointed in inclusion measures and stuff, maybe not reaching out and providing enough for indies or diversity and stuff like that, and and it's are his parents on the board of IMAX? Sure. Everyone has these hot takes
Yeah.
or just actually correct takes,
Yeah.
But my thing always just comes back to I'm glad somebody's doing it.
Yeah.
I would rather this exist than not exist. I would rather, because we all loved E3, but the ESA was a mess.
Yeah.
And I would rather it exist than not exist, or be I would rather someone who isn't directly tied to, the corporate interests. And obviously he has to pay for things. There's ad breaks. There's all that stuff, but there could be a way more corporate, way worse version of this easily.
Totally.
And,
It already existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called E3.
Yeah, and it failed,
I
So
know.
my thing, no matter what anyone's takes are, and some I think are hot takes and some are very correct takes.
Yeah.
My thing is just at least he's trying, and and it
Yes.
exists. And I think Gabby said, he does, Tony Stark, each movie, he did learn and adapt from the previous encounter. And I look forward to eventually this thing actually being 100% and really excellent.
And he's never failed. None of these things have ever been a failure.
Viewership wise, definitely.
Well,
never
not
failed,
even
yeah.
viewership wise. I mean, just kind of writ large. There's, okay, sure, Summer Game Fest this year didn't have as many big announcements as everyone thought, I guess, but I still don't, Summer Game Fest as a whole was still not a failure. People still got to show their games off. There were a ton of press conferences, under the SGF umbrella.
Good call.
And same with Game Awards. It's whether, people are being played off after talking for 2 seconds or whatever, the show itself was not a failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess just while we're on that subject, I guess, I know that, the Wholesome Direct this year, he had hosted that on his official channels to give it a boost, and there's some other ones that he did as well. And then, I think, we saw, that one year when he brought, Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft all on stage at the Game Awards. I think that's the thing with Summer Game Fest, too, is, what can we do that's going to, get everybody together?
Exactly.
In that same space.
moment is the exact philosophy of his passion. Yeah. And I feel like people forget that, And sure, I'm naive sometimes and a sentimentalist, but I still love that. You know, I know in my heart and my soul that Keeley cares about video games and like cares about people enjoying them. You know, so
And like, yeah, even oh, I'm choking on my water. Even as a bare minimum, like it is nice to have a time period where all the companies can be like, hey, I'm gonna do my thing here, and then stuff like, the devs is like directly partnered, but like Wholesome Direct, PC Gaming Show, like these smaller grassroots things, like I really love that they're kind of included in it. You know, like
There
was also,
Wholesome
like-
It's
Direct
so
being
essential.
included is just so nice.
I agree.
And there was also like a Latin American
Yeah,
creator.
Yeah,
There's
there's
a
so
women
many.
and
creator.
there's the
Like,
women-led games too.
yeah,
Yep.
like
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah. And then like I saw like a couple of people just like in terms of the Playdays event that hadn't been at Playdays before. People like on the PR side, and it's the first time that they brought their companies, their games in, and they're like, this is like the best like event I've ever been to. And I'm talking about people that have been in this industry like 15, 20 years.
Wow.
It's like yeah, this is like really well organized. Everybody's being taken care of. Like
This SGF?
the Playdays specifically.
yeah.
Yeah.
It does feel a little exclusive
But
for me. I
that's the
wish it
one
was just
caveat,
a
but
tiny bit more.
there's
I mean,
a lot more
Hubert,
people
it's
that came in this
basically-
year.
Yeah, it's basically like a less exclusive Judges Week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been to Judges Week. That's how exclusive
Exactly.
that is. Exactly.
Now it's less exclusive,
Yeah.
and you're in.
Yeah,
I got to go. Blood never lets me do
The-
things.
The
just
bigger
wish
it
there was, like, a
grows,
little
the
more.
less exclusive it'll be. The bigger it grows, the less
Yeah.
exclusive. Like the more space Jeff has, the more like companies show up and do press conferences.
Well, and also
like-
there was IGN Live, which like they chose to
Yeah.
do it at this time period too, to like be part of the festivities, right? And that's
Yeah.
more of a public facing thing. Yeah.
There should be. I think a nice compromise would be that everything we get to play, the public gets to play as well online.
That's a
Okay.
different. That's a different event.
Never gonna get there.
Sorry,
That's a different
sorry.
event.
That's how I feel. That's how I
It's
feel.
just a different
if,
event.
If
Huber,
I'm
then
if
we
I'm
would-
sitting
That's
there,
just
if I'm sitting
Huber.
there playing a demo, release it
Huber.
online.
That's not.
Hubert,
you cannot do
Hubert,
that.
That
then we would just get to play way less.
People.
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't be ready. Half of these demos are
Couldn't
not
do your
ready.
job.
I didn't
as a
get to play a
journalist.
game. I didn't get to play Replaced because they had to leave early and they had to delete the game before they left.
Yeah.
Like you just. That's the thing.
You're talking about PAX. That's what PAX is.
Yeah.
That's what PAX is.
Yeah.
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 'Cause I
This is
love-
a business event.
Yeah.
Because I love how
it's a
the
fun event to be at, but it's a business event.
yeah. I love all the Steam demos out there. You know, I love that stuff when it's like, okay, we're here
If they
playing
want to release
it,
a
but-
demo, they'll
yeah.
release a demo. If they want, because here's the thing: like you as a journalist can play a game that's like a little jank and understand when the dev is
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this
You
will
saw
be
some
fixed. This will be
crashes.
fixed." Yeah,
They would get torn
But, like,
apart.
Fair.
a,
Fair.
a random
You're
on the
right.
internet, a bad faith random
You're
playing their
right.
game, like
Review bombs it.
yes,
and yeah,
rips
yeah.
it to shreds for no reason. Like
You're
that
right.
is not.
Well, and also Huber, like
You're also not
even
going to get free parking in an event.
yeah, true. even hands off stuff.
right.
Like I didn't expect to
Or
see
free
as much
meal.
of. I didn't expect to see as much of Dune Awakening.
Yeah.
Awakened?
Yeah,
Awakening. I didn't expect to see as much of that as I did. I watched a dude play that for a half an hour, and it was sick.
Yeah.
You know, but it was like, you know, janky and didn't work yet. You know, but he was just like, you know, this is a preview build, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah, this game looks sick.
Yeah.
I
Do
don't
we
know-
think they'll ever do a public day ever for one of these? If it gets
Not
bigger,
for
like you're
Play
saying, the
days.
bigger it gets.
Not for
Not
play
for
days.
Play
If they do
days.
something, it'll be like because they brought some of the CERN pinball machines over to the YouTube theater. Apparently, I didn't realize that. But like, yeah, I think maybe they end up partnering with IGN Live in the future if if they can like agree or something like that because that is like a fan focused
Yeah.
thing. But that also some of the challenges there are just that like like some people just they didn't have the staff to do that, to be at two places at once,
Yeah.
and so,
I don't even think of it logistically. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Gamescom has a public day, right?
Gamescom is, yeah.
Gamescom is
Yeah.
one
Like-
press
Yeah,
day, and
Gamescom
the
is the
rest
template if
public.
you want, but it's also
Yeah.
Gamescom.
300,000
I gotta get
people
to
or
Right,
whatever. It's
like-
insane.
Dude, I gotta get
Send
there.
us to Gamescom.
I gotta get there. It's my dream.
like
You want to talk about hugs,
The
dude? That
thing here is-
video,
During
the
that
fucking
time.
hug video of Huber Hype at Gamescom will be 3 hours.
you should set up a booth.
But
Huber Hugs booth.
yeah, Gamescom is just
Oh
the
my God, Huber Hug.
facilities themselves are massive. It's insane.
Right. I'm saying like in the same way that PAX, like the public can go to play demos. The public can also go to play demos at Gamescom.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Fair.
E3 or sorry, Summer Game Fest is not that.
Yeah.
It's just a different thing. Let it be a different thing. Have its own identity.
Totally. I'm there.
You know.
I'm there.
Yeah, I don't know if I got your overall take. If there's anything else you wanted to get in there.
Mostly, yeah, I echo the general sentiment. Like, I love that it exists. It felt great to be on the show floor again. Yeah, albeit a press only show floor, but like the vibes are so strong, and like somebody in Huber's episode, Ben Hansen maybe said, like, it kind of reminds you how small the industry is, because
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know everyone there, but I know like 40, 50 people there, you know, and it's just like we can hug and say hi and be like, oh my God, you know, and like then play sick ass games for half the day or like a whole day. And I think that that's really cool. And like, you know, we were joking about, or not really joking, but like we were saying we were old and tired, but like it was energizing and it was so much fun. And like it feels like an injection of life into the industry, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's really exciting.
It's
I don't know.
definitely an extremely safe space, free of much cynicism that we experience a lot of the time on the internet about
Yeah.
video game discourse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone is there to give every game a shot.
Yeah.
And give every game a fair chance, and that
Dude,
is
yeah.
the best. I love that.
I mean, like, most of my friends are devs or games industry people, you know, and it's like, or film, but like, it gets to the point where like, sometimes people are just like, I don't know why we do this anymore. Like, the vitriol is so strong, you know, and
Insane out there.
it's really nice for events like this to kind of like adjust the signal to noise ratio a little bit
Yeah.
toward the positive, you know, like it does get super disheartening, and like we're on the fringes of it, you know, but like just all the like intensity and hatred that it revolves around games. It's just like
Exactly.
That and
fucking
also
games, dog.
Wild. It's
Like,
wild.
Christ. Also, there weren't any carpets. There was some AstroTurf.
Yeah.
Chat was asking about the carpets. There was AstroTurf at the
Devolver,
Volvi
yeah.
birthday booth, which Huber covered in the video. Yeah, but yeah, it was cool.
And I think also, like, you know, talking about the cynicism of what you said, Isla, like, so many people have been removed from the game industry, like,
Oh my
forcibly
God,
in
yeah.
the last however many years, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is.
2024 has had more layoffs already than 2023, and
Yeah,
2023 had an
exactly.
insane amount.
Right, exactly. So I think it can be hard sometimes for people to be like, yay, the games industry, we love it. Like, let's all hug in the center of
Yeah.
the room. Let's all sing Kumbaya. And, you know, for people to go and be like, okay, wait, for the people who are still making games, like, there is still something there to celebrate. And we can hold two thoughts in our mind. We can still be
Totally, yeah.
mad, but
Let us celebrate for a
yeah,
fucking weekend.
yeah.
Give us a
We can
weekend
do
for
both at the
pity's
same
sake.
time. I'm saying,
Yeah.
like, we can
Yeah.
all hold two thoughts in our mind,
Yeah.
which is we are annoyed at Phil Spencer for,
Yeah.
you know, people getting laid off, whether or not it's literally his fault, but still,
Mm-hmm.
he's a figurehead. And we can also be excited about things that are coming out.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, it's you know, again, that smallness is kind of a benefit of the show because of, you know, like I was saying, it's like there's like it's small, but also everybody is here kind
Yeah.
of vibe, you know, and it's like
You've been to a few of these, Blood.
yeah, and it's like just that ability to, when you sit down at a thing, the guy that made it is sitting there next to you, not
Yeah.
somebody that they had to hire and train for a week
Yeah.
to understand what the game is.
Yeah.
Totally.
You know, and then just getting around and walking and talking to people, and like I think this might have been like the most I've ever been able to just like have a chill conversation with Jeff. Like, because usually he's super busy or looking at his phone, or like, you know, or even when I have been able to talk to him a little bit, like a bunch of people are coming up and also wanting to talk to him. And like this time it's like, no, I just actually just got to like talk to Jeff like a normal
Nice.
human being.
Love that.
And you know, and I saw like a dude from EA that I haven't seen for like 10 or 12 years, you know, and like, I guess I down at Dragon Age, like, oh crap, that's Gino. Like, and just like all of these great moments of just like, you know, running into people that you maybe know from an email or something, but like never seen in person,
Yeah.
you know, never got a chance to give a hug to.
Gotta give those hugs.
Hugs booth.
I want the showcases to move before
Yeah, that
the show
was
floor.
crazy. That was
I don't like
crazy.
rushing back and forth. Like,
That was
Yeah, I really don't want to do
strange.
the like full day then a full night of reactions thing either.
yeah, I was thinking about, I'm thinking about that too.
Also,
because
like-
similarly with the mixer, like I went to the Xbox mixer and I'm like, I park and then I like immediately like, okay, I have like 30 to 45 minutes while you guys are on your dinner break to try to talk to people. And I did talk to some people I haven't seen forever, but like, you know, I'm
Yeah, I
just
mean, I
always looking at
do-
my watch kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Logistically, like I want to go have fun and not have FOMO because like of all these parties we're missing, but also like logistically it makes sense to mingle and network and stuff. Also, I want this shit to stop happening during Pride. It's homophobic.
Sorry.
I've never been to LA Pride because of E3 and SGN.
Damn.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think another reason you guys were doing the impressions at night is because Damiani is here.
Well, yeah, that's definitely a big part
like,
of it. But
you
it's
don't
also
We're paying Damiani to
Damiani.
stay for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
next time.
I mean, sure. Like in an ideal world, Damiani come back.
and
Damiani, come back.
Damiani come back.
and then hopefully we don't get so many embargoes. I've already talked to people about that before the show started. I'm
Yeah.
like, there's too many embargoes.
Yeah.
Double
Maybe
embargoes,
if people
triple
wanted,
embargoes.
maybe if people wanted embargoes, like then make them like a bunch of them at the same time and have fewer that are straggling. But
One of the people at like the PR for a game I played that we still can't talk about, but which has been announced, but like they were like, yeah, we just want to get out of the way, like we want our thing to come out just later. And I was like, okay, cool, like
Yes.
20 days from now, like whatever.
When no one is thinking about games anymore.
yeah,
Well,
that's
this
the-
game is sick. That people
weird,
are gonna love it.
Yeah, that's the weird give and take, right? It's like, okay, it's like well, you can have like some of the eyeballs when there's a ton of eyeballs,
Yeah.
or you can have all the eyeballs when there's not so many eyeballs to
That's
pull from. Like, and that's one
Not
of the
so
reasons
far,
that like
no.
that's the same thing I'm weighing in my head about our nightly impressions things. It's like okay, well we can do them a little bit later, but then are as many people going to be as interested? Or are they going to be
Right,
burnt
tuned
out?
in.
Or are we going to be more burnt out than we think we will still anyways? If I had to come in here Tuesday
think
or
about those
whatever, I would
clicks.
have, I don't
All
know.
the clicks.
I was done by Tuesday.
Yeah. I slept.
I think we should try for the metrics just to see if we get more viewers on a Tuesday full day stream than a
Yeah. I think where I'm at right now is a halfway. Like if it's 3 days again, we come in on the third day. That will be when we start. And then we do the day after.
That's interesting.
Baby.
Because most of the mixers and stuff are.
Yeah,
earlier.
during
Yeah.
Just baby in a bed.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Let's keep planning it out during the
Yeah,
podcast.
during-
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's
So
great.
transparency is good.
I mean, yeah, this
Yeah.
is how it goes. Sorry, I
Um,
inhaled my hair.
Oh no. We've got more to come, but if you've been enjoying the show so far, please take a second to like and subscribe. Ring that bell on YouTube. Give us podcast ratings, all that's good stuff. Tell a friend. It helps us. It helps you stay connected. Okay. We got one impressions thing this week. The release during all of this madness. Alan Wake 2 Night Springs, Huber. How is this? Okay, I guess it's good.
Oh,
I guess we're done. It's good, everybody.
It's so good. Best part about why it's good. I'm not going to talk about any story stuff. Do not worry, I promise. Okay. The reason it's so good is because it's so playful. This is Alan Wake 2, but cheeky. Playful.
Cute.
It's funny. You're playing as 3 different characters over 3 different episodes. They were like 45 minutes a pop.
Oh, sick.
Get through it pretty quickly.
Okay.
I love the Twilight Zone. Isla loves the Twilight
Hey,
Zone.
you damn right I do.
I think Damiani loves the Twilight Zone.
pretty cool.
Do you guys like Twilight Zone?
That's pretty
I've
cool.
never
Yeah.
seen it.
Very Twilight Zone-esque. It was also very fun to just play as like fan favorite Rose, fan favorite Sean Ashmore as Sheriff Breaker. And obviously
leave out-
Jesse Faden,
okay,
not
there we go.
exactly quite Jesse Faden. As
Fan
we know,
favorite, though.
yeah, as we know from the, that's not a spoiler. That's just how they announced it. You know, we're
Yeah, the actors that
Yeah.
play as the characters
Yes.
are playing as new characters in the TV show.
yeah.
The scary door.
It's just an incredible way for Remedy to flex their storytelling chops, you know, because you have 3 wildly different scenarios. Also, the combat seemed better right out of the gate. Rose, I will say, is very combat focused. And it was fun because you're blasting like zombies instead of like the constant, like, you know, in Alan Wake 2 base game, you're fighting like the shadow monsters. And like sometimes, you know, you'll shine the light on them and you'll shoot them. And it's like, am I damaging them? Like, do they have the light darkness shield going on? Like, am I hitting them? Whereas this, it's like these zombie kind of creatures and just blood is coming off, destruction on their bodies. You have your shotgun, you know, and it feels even better than the base game, I feel like, combat. Jesse's was really fun because you have a pistol with 24 bullets in it. So it just felt like you had your, you know, object of power pistol. You're just like,
Right.
just like nonstop shooting. The environments are really great. Again, there's only so much I can talk about because obviously if you love Alan Wake, you're going to make time to hop into this. You know, the narrative is such a big part of why these games are phenomenal. But this is incredible DLC. This is incredible. You can beat it in one night. I recommend, though, beating it in 3 nights.
Ooh.
Episodes.
You have your episodes. You know, you watch your
Like it.
Twilight Zone
Like it.
episode and you just chill out. Or you could just, you know, burn through them all in one go, however you prefer. But there is enough narrative stuff to chew on. But again, it's just a lot more playful Alan Wake 2, which is so great because it's just the first DLC. The next one is going to be the Lake House, which promises to really be integral. Just my theory is that, you know, it's going to be really integral to the Remedy universe as a whole, not just Alan Wake, is going to be the next one.
Is the Lake House a reference to the Keanu Reeves
No.
movie?
The Lake
Because that
House
is the sci-fi thing,
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
would be in control, you
yeah,
know?
that's funny. Yeah, the Lake House is referenced in the base game. It is a house that monitors things. That's all I'll say about that. But yeah, highly recommend. Are you kidding me? It's incredible. The storytelling is so good. And it was just really, they do some really fun things. Again, there's so much I can say.
Can
'Cause
you pick the order you play them in?
Absolutely.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, right in the menu there.
Nice. Do
Yep.
you have a recommendation for order?
I would go 1, 2, 3 as they
Huh.
lay it out for you for sure.
I just downloaded this the other day, but I
yeah.
haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, super fun. It's so fun. It's so fun. It's just DLC, right? DLC has been cooking lately, but even before this like DLC era that we're in right now, it feels like
DLC-assance.
yeah, it's a DLC-assance. It's just I love being able to have a reason to step back into my favorite games, and Alan Wake 2 absolutely is one of my favorite games ever. So it was just so nice being able to just like right when I booted up, I was like, dude, Alan Wake 2, I've missed you, you know? So
Yeah.
just like being able to get back in there with new content. And again, the playfulness, like if you've played it, you know what I'm talking about. There's just some really wild things in here that will just make you laugh, that'll make you smile. So great.
Did you say how long?
Yeah,
There's 3
45
episodes.
minutes
They're
each.
about 45 minutes
Okay.
a pop, so you can get through it pretty quickly. Weirdly, though, you have to have the like deluxe edition to get this, which I did not have. So I was like,
It seems like that's just like it's like an expansion pass thing.
yeah. I was
It's
like,
just their way of saying expansion pass. I was
Yeah.
confused about that too, because I was like, I want to buy the DLC.
yeah, exactly. I was like, I just want to buy the stuff, and it was like, no, you need to upgrade to the deluxe with the pass and everything. So I was like, okay.
Wait, so when you upgraded to the
So then it like
did you then have to pay for the?
no, and then
Oh,
it gave me
okay,
everything.
okay.
It
It
was,
was
on,
like $16.
It was $16 on
Oh.
sale from $20, so cost me $16. No big drama there. Happy to support Remedy any way I can. It's a pleasure. It's a privilege. So it's just Could do a fucking spoiler mode on like this whole thing. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
But again, it's just playful. So
Nice.
enjoy.
All right, it's time for love and respect.
Love and respect.
Love and respect.
Oh,
Damn it, Ben Hansen.
trying. Yeah, Ben Hansen in his head. Ben Hansen's in his head. Yes.
I forgot because I said I was going to try to conduct you, but then I realized I'm not in there, so I'm not on camera.
Love
so I
it.
can't.
Love it, Damiani. You tried there. You tried, dude. That's all you can do is try. That's all you can do.
From Mark Gecko, 10 out of 10. You guys did an amazing job on SGF coverage. It was great to see Kyle back, and of course, the awesome Huber Hype episode. What was your favorite game of this Summer Game Fest extravaganza?
Played or saw?
Open-ended.
Life is Strange. Because I assumed it was being made, but then they blew the doors open and showed a full-on, trailer. And then even today, they had the big deep dive. So 100% Life is Strange, one of my favorite series. And there's never a guarantee on what you're going to get from a series you love or how it's going to shake out. And what we saw is just so promising. And it was a surprise, which is also very fun for events like this.
Yeah.
Fear the spotlight, bro.
Yeah.
Yes!
Also, Phoenix Springs. That looks really cool.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but those were the two that came to mind first. UFO 50, also, that coming back is sick.
Yeah.
Gabby.
For me, it's a tie between South of Midnight and Assassin's Creed. South of Midnight, I just think it looks cool, new IP, like such a awesome, cool way that a game can look. And then for Assassin's Creed, it just makes me feel excited about Assassin's Creed again.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed. It doesn't look like a chore like the other Assassin's Creed did. Yeah. The other like last 3 or 4, I feel like looked like that. So yeah, those two.
Hell yeah.
Damiani.
It was Astrobot. That'd be just
Goatee bot.
unbelievable. Just
Straight up
unbelievable.
Cody.
Yep.
Yeah. Check out that video with their
That
impressions.
fantasy
Like, cannot say enough good things about what I played.
Hell
So
yeah,
good.
dude.
Nice.
Goaty. Seriously, Goaty.
Yeah, I was thinking of specifically what I was looking at Playdays, and yeah, the couple I was kind of like narrowing in on that Dragon Age thing and the full thing. Like, I've never been a Dragon Age guy. I really, really was impressed with what I saw there. And it's Hubert. It's so funny to me that there's this debate about it looking cartoony, and I'm like, it doesn't look cartoony. It just looks good. Like, you guys have been too acclimated to like ugly character models or something. Like, I do not understand. Like, I really, I really like the way the characters look in that, and the
Also,
environments are crazy.
In person is a lot different than on a stream.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And I got to see, a little bit more of it. Obviously, need to see more of the combat. It was first hour combat stuff was very simple.
Yeah.
But what was crazy combat-wise that I did get to play was Slitterhead.
Slitterhead.
And that game is doing stuff, man.
Slitterhead. Blood hyped on
Such a
Slitterhead
weird,
is
crazy
very
game.
good.
I never
Yeah.
foresaw it.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
What reality is this? Are you a Slitterhead? Did it take over Blood's body?
Don't slitter
Head
our
has
heads.
been slittered.
Don't slitter us.
I love
It's just
this.
it's just that's such a weird like Japanese. Like, and the Rusty Rabbit has all this too. It's just like just a crazy concept, And reminds me of like Tokyo Jungle or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great call, Blood.
Yeah.
Just how weird it is. It's so right.
It's like you're just this floating spirit and like don't even know what it is. And like, oh yeah, the way to survive, the way to get down off a building is just to jump off and then hop into another body before it hits the ground.
Super Mario Odyssey
It kind of
Yeah.
is, except with,
with a slitter alien.
with Las Plagas everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Resident Evil meets Siren meets like Murdered Soul Suspect meets
Yeah.
like
What was that
Yeah.
ghost?
Let It
ghost
Die.
tutting game. What was that?
Oh,
Ghostwire.
Ghostwire Tokyo
Yeah.
meets Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
Tango. Fuck.
From Pixelated. Hello, allies. Long time, first time. Something
First time?
apparently first time they've submitted a question.
What?
At least
I'm sorry,
according
who
to
was
them.
the writer?
Pixelated.
Oh, wait, which one?
The regular one.
2 L's.
IXI.
Oh,
Pixelated.
Something I've always been curious about is how someone like yourselves would preview a game that is in development and how you balance something being a work in progress with its quality or lack thereof. I was just thinking about this after SGF weekend when I thought about another question. Can you think of any games that you previewed during development and then were surprised by the release? Anything where you were surprised by how much better things got or that it actually seemed to get worse?
Great question. I don't know any examples straight up. But I mean, you always need to just, if it's a preview, like your expectations have to be a little more forgiving just by default. You know, it's like, hey, they're like, hey, this game's undone. You know, and I've heard so many firsthand stories from developers. The Last of Us is the best example. Last of Us Original, and how much of a mess that game was like 3 months, 4 months before it came out. It was a mess, and then they brought it home. So like ever since I heard that specific story, and that's, you know, not an isolated story, that happens all the time. You know, even when I saw the Assassin's Creed demo at SGF, they were like, you know, we still have a couple months and we're going to use all of those months to the fullest. Like a couple months will really bring a game home. So I think just, you know, over the years, just knowing that it's like, all right, just treat it a little more easy, but then also like you're still going to get a sense of what the game has to offer. Like those last bunch of months and like the in development can bring a game home, but if it's like nowhere close to that point, then you might be like a little more skeptical. You know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah.
To me, over the years, like one of the because we've been doing this for so long, you can be like, okay, it's framey now, but it probably won't be later, whatever. The thing that gets me, and you know, I actually can think of a couple examples, but I don't really want to call anybody up. But like when you play a demo for a game and it's a short preview and you're like, this is sick. Like this idea is cool. This like setting is cool. But then the full game comes out and it's just that
Yeah.
like over and
for
over.
8 more hours, you know?
Yeah, totally.
That to me is maybe one of the more frequent occurrences. Like it doesn't happen super often where like a game demos terribly and then it comes out and I'm like, oh my God, it's awesome. And it doesn't happen super often where like a game demos super well and then I'm like, oh, this is, you know, you couldn't suss it out. But like the most often time where you don't suss it out is where like the full game just like is more of the same over and over of what you played, you know?
Yeah.
Damiani, you got any thoughts?
Yeah, I couldn't think of the specific one, but I'll throw shade again at Ground Zeroes because I love throwing shade at Ground Zeroes.
No, wait, what?
That
What?
was not what the
You
Phantom
mean-
Pain ended up being. So
You mean that Ground Zeroes is better than the Phantom Pain? Is that what you mean? That it's actually a better game than Phantom Pain? And I would rather play Ground Zeroes over and over than Phantom Pain?
Nope.
The one mission in Ground Zeroes is better than the entirety of Phantom Pain? Is that what you're talking
Well,
about?
I mean,
Damiani?
one way or another, it was misleading. So there you go.
Wait, so you're saying Ground Zeroes
I
is
love
better?
Ground Zeroes. It's amazing.
you-
It's
and
perfect.
Well, Ground
You're
Zeroes is a
saying-
demo, so I mean,
No,
No,
it's a prologue.
Yeah, it's not a demo.
it's a demo.
It's a prologue. It might be a little too expensive. I'll give it that. I
Pricey
will
demo.
agree. I will agree. It's way too expensive for what it was,
Prologue.
but it was still so sick. Phantom Pain wishes it had the focus. It wishes it had the focus of Ground Zeroes,
Oh my
Damiani.
God. It wishes it had the 3.
We'll have to have a cultural reevaluation if it gets re-released someday, like as part of Volume 3 of the Metal Gear Solid collection thing.
It does feel like it was meant to be something else that they were just like fuck it, put it out as a prologue.
Fuck it, yeah. Yo, shareholders, just release it. Fuck it.
Yeah, that really is what it felt like.
Konami is like, what can you do to make us money this year?
Yeah,
exactly.
It's Konami's again cynical move.
Yup.
Like,
Yeah,
let's
exactly.
let's just charge. How much was it?
Like 40 or
Yeah, let's
50
just charge
bucks.
$40.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Was it really that long?
Yeah,
Chat
it
says
was-
it's 26 hours.
You could play it.
What?
No, you could put that much time into
It
it.
was like an hour, right? Like,
Yeah, it
Like-
was not
like
that
2 or so, 2-3
$40.
hours. Yeah,
I'm
but I
checking how long
played
it'd
it.
be.
I put a lot of hours into it. So like that is.
You got your $40.
I
for it.
definitely got my $40.
But that doesn't mean it was worth $40.
Wow, yeah. Main story 2 hours.
Yeah,
Main
2
and extra
hours.
6.5. Completion is 20.
20. There's because you unlock other missions and you
Yeah.
can, there's a lot to mess around with there. It was so good.
I mean, yeah, I dicked around with it for a long time.
Yeah, I love Ground Zeroes.
But-
Better than Gran Turismo Prologue. You know, there's precedent there. You know, it wasn't just
nice and
Ground
blood
Zeroes
off.
doing this shit. Yeah.
Yeah, Gran
I think
Turismo, dude. Jeez.
Damiani's point is that Ground Zeroes wrote a check it couldn't cash.
Yeah, demoed
You're
well
right.
and didn't deliver.
I was seeing red, Damiani. I'm sorry, man. You got me going, dude. You got me going. I'm sorry.
But yeah, like I've definitely seen these on both ends of the spectrum. Like I think the one that, for whatever reason, the one that really like sticks in my head, and I can't think of anything else, was Anthem, where it's like
Yeah.
they had this
Feels good. Okay, let's
this
check this
vertical
out.
slice demo that, I mean, even when we played the beginning of the game felt sick.
Yeah.
They got the movement and stuff down. They just
Yeah,
couldn't
the
figure
flight
out how to
felt
make
great.
a game around it.
Yeah.
Um,
What was the toxic waste game?
oh, was
Ghost Recon.
That was Ghost
Ghost
Recon.
Ghost
Ghost
Recon.
Recon.
Yeah.
Which one though?
Was it Wildlands?
Wildlands.
I think it was wild.
It was Wildlands.
I also, speaking
It was-
of E3 demos, I think about this all the time because the way you said this is so funny. This is long before I ever met you. You demoed the VR Final Fantasy 15. What was it? What was Prompto or something?
Yeah.
And you come in to do impressions after you've been on the show floor all day, and you just go, "Oh, I played Prompto. It was not good."
Oh.
But yeah, I
Oh.
Wait, Red Sky has linked me to the "Is that toxic waste" entry on our fandom wiki.
Oh my god.
Apparently, it was Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Breakpoint.
Okay. I
That's
thought it
right.
wasn't Wildlands.
Break point.
One of those. Ghost Recon something.
yeah, because Wildlands was the good one. Breakpoint was the one
That's
that kind
right.
of fell
this is
apart.
Yeah.
Is this toxic?
I was
Yeah,
So
but
not
it was
an
so
example
serious.
of one that was surprising.
But like, what the devs didn't realize is that you meant it as a positive thing.
I was like, oh, is this like the world? Like, is there like
Yeah,
some
you were,
nuclear
like, trying to
Chernobyl,
justify
like
it,
Fallout? Yeah.
What's this cool green water?
Water. Oh my god.
Mortifying.
I do think though that it's a little bit less of that now with played. Like even though like we're talking about, we are seeing stuff that's early and not wouldn't be ready for like a consumer demo.
Yeah.
We're still seeing things that are like way closer to
Oh, yeah.
release. Like back in the day, like the Nintendo booth, you would see stuff that like essentially never came out. Like
Yeah.
it's like, here's what we're working on. We don't know if it's going to be a game or not.
Yeah.
That's another angle to this too, where it's like we've seen demos.
Fable Legends.
We've seen demos that like look finished, and we're like, "This is ready.
Yeah.
Put it out."
Overwatch.
Because like it looks perfect and it's running great, and then it's like obviously it's a vertical slice, but it's like then that game doesn't come out for 2 or 3 more years,
We can actually track this in real time. I kind of have a good example. I played Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
This is the quintessential perfect game to play at an event like this because it is just round based. Hey, play a round. Cool. Oh man, I'm in a rush. I'm tired. I got 3 other appointments to go to. Oh, let me chill out, play a couple rounds of this. Oh, it feels great. Awesome. I'm positive on Marvel Rivals. Like, yo, optimistic. Let's see how it shakes out though.
Right.
When the full deal is out. The progression, the balance, all of that.
microtransactions.
But in the demo space, Marvel Rivals demoed well.
Right.
So
Right.
That wasn't in any of the press conferences, right?
I don't think so.
Rivals was, yeah.
I think it was in one of them.
Did we see
I think it might have been in the main.
Because we talked
Summer
about
Game
it being
Fest.
like whatever and looking
What?
slow, and then he played it and loved it, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
That was this Summer Games Fest?
Yeah.
It was announced previously also.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
showed
I mean,
it
they've had
again.
Was that
beta
in State
stuff.
of Play?
Yeah.
They showed it in one
Maybe it
of
was State of Play.
Yeah, maybe it
them.
was.
Chat says it was Sony.
State of play.
State of Play.
State of play.
It's all the same.
It's
shit.
part
Get
of
the
this.
brain on
It's all the
It's part of
same
this.
shit.
Well, I'm just saying because of the bet, because of the Wolverine
Oh,
bet.
I see, I see, I see. Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that's good because it's like, oh, this is the kind of game I want to play at a preview event, like more
Right.
than like Elden Ring, right? Like
Right.
Elden Ring is not a game I want to play at a preview event. I want to play it on my couch in my comfort of my home. Whereas like something like Marvel Rivals, great, perfect. So
Yeah. Well, and then like we noted, like there are times, with the demos is like, okay, this is clear that like the smart TVs aren't doing this game justice, or the laptops run a little chunky. Or like remember like when we looked at like a Kimbot.
Kimbot on the monitor.
We
it
looked
looked
at the monitor and the laptop.
insane.
It's like, whoa, this looks way better on looking at the laptop
Yeah.
itself than looking at the TV.
Yeah, dude. Something was up with some of that tech, dude.
Something
if
was
it was like
up.
the Razer laptops or what, but yeah.
Something
Yeah.
was going
And then
down.
Dragon Age just had this gigantic beast of a PC in the corner. I'm like, it's like, yeah, it looks fantastic, but like, is that $5,000 for that computer?
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Damiani, you see that video of the guy pulling out the graphics card from the oven? The biggest graphics card in the world? It was like a size of a baking sheet.
Oh my god.
There's a video.
No.
There's a video going around, Damiani. It's
Wow.
crazy. Yeah.
All right, let's play a game. All right, this is not your usual guessing game. You have to be creative on this one. From Danky Kang.
Our kryptonite.
Dear allies, with so many game announcements come so many boring or just word salad game titles.
Word salad.
Word salad. Love Gabby's word salads.
That's why I'm here, to shake things up. I'm going to give you 5 totally made up titles for imaginary games,
Brother.
and I want you to tell me what kind of games you think each of them would be.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
First game, Code Strippers.
Hackers.
Oh.
Code strippers.
Post-apocalyptic,
Yep.
cyberpunk,
Yep.
top-down,
Rhythm game.
tactical, yeah, tactics rhythm game.
The premise, though, is you have to remove all of the strips on like items in stores, like
What?
tags, like like the barcodes. You're ripping off barcodes
Sure,
from
yeah,
things
yeah,
in
yeah.
stores.
and your strippers. Yeah,
By night, you're a stripper.
yeah. Oh, chat said it too. Strippers by night, hackers by day.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I would play the
Perfect.
fuck out of that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You're studying to get your degree.
yeah.
You're trying to pay off your college loans.
Exactly.
All right, I want
Hacker
Damiani
school
to go
doesn't
first
pay
on the
for
next
itself.
Yeah.
Damiani, you're first on this one.
one. Door cheese.
Gross.
Door cheese, Damiani.
Survival horror Resident Evil style game.
Yep.
Where
That's
you're
the-
running from
You
cheese?
just reset the room every time with the door cheese. Yeah.
The
Oh,
villain's name is Gruyere.
it's like tofu.
Yeah.
God, I love
Exactly.
watching Damiani do that.
Your name is John Havarti.
John
The villain's name is Monsieur Gruyere.
Damiani's door cheese is legendary.
All the enemies are cheese, and you're lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
Damiani, do you peek through doors in every game you play? For cheese strats?
Yeah.
Like if you're in a game and
Oh.
you're going through to the next area and there's a door, do you like peek? Or do you just charge right in?
Or do you try to turn the camera so it goes through the door first?
Yeah.
Depends on the situation, but unless I'm have a specific reason why, I'd probably just go through a door normally.
Chill. Okay.
Yeah.
Chill.
4-dimensional VHS tape.
Oh my god.
Four
I would
dimensional.
play that.
Sam Barlow
dude.
game.
Yeah, this is a Sam Barlow slice of life horror game. 100%.
With smell-o-vision. You have to get that box that emits sense or whatever.
Oh,
and
yes.
you can only play it with that. Yeah. And you
I
have
could-
to yeah.
I could definitely see it as like a not as not cozy like Life is Strange, but like a horror-y like story thing, and then there are video cassettes that you find, but then you realize that they have like another plane of reality on them, so you can like see into the fourth dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the smell-o-vision.
I would love a game like that. The example you just said, Isla, but like 3 days after you start this game, a VHS tape shows up on your doorstep.
Oh my god! Yeah.
That is what I need. That is what I need.
You can only play it on VHS tapes.
Yeah, or
Well,
there's
that's the fourth
some kind
dimension.
of like cross functionality.
Well, the scent is the fourth dimension. Obviously, Bloodworth. Obviously.
Consult any scientist, and they'll tell you that smell is the fourth dimension. No, yeah, like a real life involvement though would be crazy because that's a fourth dimension in gaming for sure. There were games that have tried that, like back in the early 2000s, where like you gave it your phone number and it would like call you or whatever.
So sick.
The very wrong recipe.
Overcooked style.
Yeah, what is like the anti-cozy farming game?
Overcooked.
Yeah, what would be like the opposite?
Of Overcooked?
No, of like a Stardew Valley,
I
but
think this
like
is
way
like-
more menacing.
Now, this is a live service hero shooter.
But it's food themed.
It's a live service hero shooter cozy farming sim. Combo.
That's just Wanderstop or
Yo,
whatever it is.
food themed hero shooter. Sign me up for
Dude,
that.
food fight.
Doesn't
a
that
food
sound
fight.
sick?
Yeah.
Like-
food
Food
fight.
fight.
That's the name of it.
You could
No,
be
the name
team-
is the very wrong recipe.
No, but
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to make a game called Food Fight, damn it.
They probably have.
You could be
I
like
think they have.
you could be like Team Veggie, and you're like a spinach leaf, and you can jump really high.
It's 4 teams. Each is a food group.
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, so fruits and veggies is one group.
Perfect.
So it's 4v4, and one person has to be one food group. You can't double up.
Gabby, what food item would be the glass cannon?
Eggs.
Eggs is pretty good.
Yeah, hey, man.
Eggs is pretty good.
How do I get on this game? Because the franchise rights alone are
TM,
going to make us
TM,
rich beyond our wildest dreams.
We partner with Tender Greens restaurant to make or we partner with Van Leeuwen or Salt and Straw to make like an ice cream flavor based off the game.
Yes.
Like one of the months of Van Leeuwen or Salt and Straw special flavors is TM.
Red Sky says food fight : the very wrong recipe.
Yeah.
is the name
Love
of the
it.
game.
And, like,
Dude,
if
this
you're a
actually sounds like a
tomato-
good game.
Yeah, I would
Maybe
play
a
this.
tomato with a gun, like firing tomato sauce or ketchup.
No, it's a tomato, or it's a potato with a gun, but it's a potato gun, and he's using himself for bullets.
Oh,
So
and he's like
he's like-
shredding
he's like
himself.
hollowing
French
He's
fries.
like hollowing himself out as you play, so it like deals damage to you, but it does.
But it
does
does
damage.
crazy damage.
Yeah, but then you die halfway through the mission if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
Potato
Obsessed.
gun with your own body.
Obsessed
Oh
with
my
it.
god.
Oh, so it's all, and then it's meat, and then it's meat,
Meat,
dessert.
dairy, bread, and
A big
and fruit
steak.
and veggies.
Wait, fruits
A
and
big
veggies?
steak is obviously the tank. You know?
I think it's fruits and veggies,
Mm-hmm.
sweets, meat and dairy.
Sweets are like the thief class, very fast. They're coming in.
All right, I found a picture of the food pyramid. Hang on. The fucking I got a bone to pick with the food pyramid, man.
Let's hear it. Let's hear
and,
this.
and bread
Listen,
products. That's
because
Yeah.
well, but that's kind of sweet.
I'm lactose intolerant, right? If I had $1 for every time I said, "Is there any dairy in it?" and people said, "Well, there's mayo, but that's eggs," or like just mentioned eggs, right?
Yeah.
Because eggs and dairy are like grouped in on some versions of the food pyramid.
Yeah.
People are crazy. They think that I'm allergic to eggs too because it's on the fucking food pyramid.
So wait, eggs are not dairy.
No.
No, they're not dairy.
Dairy is just anything made from milk. From
Dairy comes out of an udder from a breast of an
Who
animal.
started this lie then?
The food pyramid.
They're on the same food pyramid. Even though eggs are protein,
yeah.
they
Crazy.
should be on the
Also,
place of
like
meat.
eggs. Yeah, eggs are. Yeah,
How do you like your eggs, Isla?
I don't eat eggs.
Oh,
But you
so
can
also
eat
don't
eggs.
eat eggs.
I can eat eggs. I eat eggs if they're in stuff.
Okay.
I got it in my head when I was like 2 that eggs made my throat scratchy, so I stopped eating
How
them
do
forever.
you take your eggs?
Either scrambled or over medium.
Over medium.
Yeah, or over easy. Or fried. I fucking love
I
eggs.
love eggs.
I love eggs.
Sunny side up.
Sunny
or
side up.
poached. Those are my two
Poached.
favorites.
So this one,
Big
this
fan
one,
of Eggs Benedict.
Yeah.
Big fan. Eggs
about
Benny, baby.
Croque-
Eggs Benny.
What about croque madame?
What is that? What's
Oh,
a
boy.
croque madame?
So there's croque monsieur, croque madame. They're the same food, but croque madame has an egg in it. It's like ham, cheese, and an egg on a piece of bread. French
good.
bread. It is
Sounds
so
like Eggs
good.
Benny.
I eat
Sounds like Eggs
bread.
Benny and
Eggs
Jason.
Benedict is a egg muffin.
Yeah.
What are those called?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are those called?
like a biscuit.
No.
Like a
English muffin.
English muffin. English muffin.
Yeah, but this is like on a big piece of like French bread.
sounds
Croque
delicious.
madame. Yeah, it's like one of my favorite
I
things.
want it now.
I will say that a year ago, I was on my friend's, at my friend's like island house or whatever.
Island House, Tom Sawyer.
Whatever, like they're whatever, and they made me. They had deviled eggs or whatever that they had prepared, which I had never had.
Love deviled eggs.
But I didn't want to appear rude, so I ate one,
Deviled eggs are amazing.
and it was good. It was,
my
it was
gosh.
pretty good. And then later, because they knew I didn't eat red meat or dairy, or no, they knew I didn't eat red meat, so they made, he made a entire quiche just for me.
Whoa.
And in my head, I'm like, okay, this is eggs and cheese, which I also don't eat. But I just kind of ate it. It was good.
I love quiche.
Let it be known, we have been talking about food for like 6 minutes without Michael Damiani.
Yeah, we did it.
He's fat.
Damiani, dude, you missed the food
okay,
talk,
it's okay.
man. All the food talk, bro.
Oh yeah, the food pyramid.
How do you eat your eggs, Damiani? Sorry.
Scramble a bunch of different ways. Why?
We were just talking
It's
about
okay.
it.
That's all. That's all.
Last game.
Wait,
Sorry,
food
wait.
pyramid.
Wait, food pyramid.
Yeah.
Food pyramid, according to this random one I found on Wikipedia, is 6 groups: breads and cereals and pastas, rice also, fruit group, vegetable group, meat, poultry, fish, dry beans. This one puts eggs and nuts in this group,
Yeah.
and
That's where it goes.
milk, yogurt, and cheese group, but they're on the same layer. And then fats, oils, and sweets are at the top.
Fats, oils, and sweets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it should be fruits and veggies in one group, sweets in one group, meat in another group, meat, eggs, protein, and bread maybe? Bread, pasta?
Shouldn't bread be with sweets?
That's what
Bread's
I'm
its
thinking.
own group.
Yeah.
Well, what's the fourth?
Aren't
Sweets
like
is not-
carbs?
In the traditional 4 food groups, sweets was just not a group. It was just-
What I know, but in this game, in this video game that has 4 teams,
I see.
that's what I'm talking about. What's the 4th team?
Someone's gonna make this game, by the way.
It's
Okay.
the
No,
carbs,
because we're copywriting it.
It's the carbs, the sweets, the proteins, and the fruits and the veggies.
like a yeah.
Obsessed. I'm obsessed with it.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
5. Last one. Who the heck is Zarbon?
Who the heck is Zarvon?
Zarbon.
It feels point and click to me.
Zarvon.
It's a Dragon Ball
Metroidvania.
character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Metroidvania for sure, and you have to get to Zarbon at the end.
Is
and
he
you
the final
realize-
boss, or are you rescuing him?
The final boss,
Okay.
and then you realize that you were on Namek the whole time.
I know what that means.
Yeah, yeah. That's the twist at the end. You're in this facility the whole time. You fight Zarbon at the end. You're like, wait, what the hell? And you get out, and it's Namek.
Wait, but you know you're going to fight Zarbon.
So
You know Zarbon's
Namek's like the
involved 'cause
upside
he's
down
in the middle of
castle
the
part,
game.
right?
So it can't be a surprise that he's there.
True. You got me.
All right.
Yeah.
It's time for bets. This week's bet. Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree is out next Friday.
Whoa.
I've heard of it.
I want to know how many likes the launch trailer is going to have on the official Bandai Namco Entertainment America YouTube channel. Now, since the game is launching on Friday, I don't know when that launch trailer is going to go up. So if it's not up, we'll just go with whatever the most recent trailer is.
Shit.
And
I forgot about that part.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, fuck.
What's that?
I forgot about that part.
Oh, well, I said it.
Yeah,
for sure.
no.
Yeah,
you
that's
did.
why
You
we
definitely
forgot.
Did. We just all
You
forgot.
did. You did.
Currently,
Damiani
the
did do it better.
story trailer that came out 3 weeks ago has 3 million views, but only 30,000 likes.
Oh wait, just have Damiani go first.
Oh yeah, Damiani. Yeah, you weren't here for the bet. How many likes on that launch trailer?
The current one has 30,000.
I'll go low, 22,000.
22K.
Keep in mind that the one that's up that has 30,000 has been up for 3 weeks, and this will be up for like.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Can I change lower? Too late.
Sure, you haven't heard anyone else.
Yeah, I'll cut it in half. I'll do 11K then.
Okay. Huber, Stealthy Centipede.
18,000.
18,000. Gabby, Optimistic Rat.
5K. Hoping for the low.
5K. Isla, Wet Hummingbird.
Sneaking in with 12K.
12K. Edging Damiani out. And then the Effervescent Hippopotamus. 6,421.
I do have the low, but
Which I don't even know if I'll be able to see exact numbers. Probably not. Here we go. Last week, I asked everyone how many times we would hear the word legacy during the Xbox showcase on Sunday, including the Call of Duty showcase.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, I
about
forgot what
this.
it's called.
Kyle, with this point potentially going to Dawn, bet 2 legacies. Huber bet 4. Damiani bet 20.
whoa. Why?
Because of cozy.
Yeah, sure.
Isla
sure.
bet 4. Dawn bet 4. Gabby bet 5. And I bet 3.
It's open to real legacy studios.
You screwed us, Gabby.
I went back. I watched through that thing again last night,
I think Gabby's got this.
getting those 1.5s, but then I also had a double time. But then sometimes I had to go to normal because you had songs in the background. So you gotta listen close. You gotta listen. You gotta make sure you hear it if it's there. I got almost all the way through. I got through the whole Xbox. I didn't hear it. I got through most of Call of Duty, and I'm not hearing it.
It's 1.
And then 1 hour, 39 minutes, and 5 seconds. The Legacy of Zombies. We got 1 that whole time.
Wow.
So that winner is Kyle, which means that point goes to Dawn,
Who's not even here?
who's not even here. So since Huber and I have bet the same as Dawn, you're gonna split the closing duties.
Oh, cute.
Wait, Dawn said 4?
Dawn
Yeah,
said 4,
you, me,
you
and
said
him said
4,
4.
Isla said 4,
But Kyle said.
Kyle said 2.
Yeah.
So the point officially goes to Dawn.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But since he's not here, you just get to close the show.
Freaking
I was
Kyle.
so close to it.
With our scores going now to 7 for the Stealthy Centipede. And 2 now for the Fashionable Manatee, who is not here. And I do not know what his sound is because he only has 2 points.
Ouch.
Yeah, the subtle
dig.
brutality of blood.
Jeez.
I don't know. I can't mimic it. I don't know what it sounds like. Let me tell you about patreon.com/easyallies. Thank you to everyone who's been tuning in all through Summer Game Fest. If you've been enjoying this, if you've been enjoying the show floor coverage, if you've been enjoying the reactions, this is all possible because people like yourself have gone in and become a patron and dropped in $5 or $10 or $50 or $100, whatever makes sense to you to keep this thing rolling. So consider joining them. Go over patreon.com/easyallies and show your support at that $5 level. You get this podcast 2 days early. You get it ad-free. You get bonus Love and Respect questions. You get to submit to Love and Respect. You get in our Discord, all kinds of other fun stuff. And then our platinum producers, you get a shout-out on this podcast each and every week. And this month's shout-outs go to JavaWebs, L. Thanis, and Forever Ender. Shout out.
Wow.
Like I mentioned at the top of the show, we've got over 7 hours of just the impressions, just the stuff that we've played or saw in our appointments throughout the week, up on our YouTube channel. So go
And they
check
get
that out.
goofy, some of them.
Yeah. And we got more to come. We got more to shoot even coming up. And Huber did 2 interviews. Got one in there for Stormgate. Cool RTS from some of the old StarCraft devs,
Oh yeah, looking great.
as well as Monster Hunter Wilds with the
Goaty.
heads of that franchise. Plus that hug-filled Huber hype. Do
it
not
out.
miss it.
Don't miss it.
Don't skip it. Yeah, all that good stuff. Now, Huber and Isla, you get to shout out anyone that's on your mind. Final word, and you sign off.
I chose last time, Isla, so whatever you want.
I like doing my sign off.
Cool. So I shout something out?
Go for it.
And then one of us gets a final word.
Yep.
Cool. Shout out. Shout out to just everyone who watched us for Summer Game Fest. Seriously, everyone just, we always joke around hashtag all 50, right? From back in the day. Hashtag all weekend. Seriously, everyone who just watched us, supported us, subscribed to us, told their neighbors about us, retweeted whatever, if you were in here for 1 minute or the entire thing, thank you so much. We love you. Thank you.
I don't have a final thought, so I'll just say good night and good game.
I love murder. I love stabbing and shooting people.